This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. This broadcast is presented by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? Visit gocurrency.com. And by Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith.
College football Saturday on News Channel Nebraska. It doesn't get much better than that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bob Cunningham Field in Wayne, Nebraska, as we get set for Northern Sun Conference football cross-divisional matchup between the Wayne State Wildcats and the Golden Bears of Concordia St. Paul. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay, Nolan Hoffman, the third member of our broadcast crew. So glad you could join us here for Wayne State football on NCN. We might see some history made today, or at least the erasure of almost 3 decades worth of history. It's been since 1993 since Wayne State has started the season 4-0, but the 3-0 Wildcats, Lou, are playing really well. There's a lot of confidence that this program could get to 4-0, if not beyond.
Well, I think we felt that this program is on the upswing, and I think they're showing it right now. This is a big game. I mean, this is family day here at the ballpark, but a chance to go 4-0. There's a lot of excitement in the stands here for Wayne State football here this afternoon and this evening.
Two teams that bring very talented young signal callers. We'll introduce you to them next. You're watching Wayne State football on News Channel Nebraska.
The pregame show is brought to you by Norfolk Auto Center, Northeast Nebraska's volume leader, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple, always.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy? Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Life is full of occasions, some planned, some unexpected, some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
Welcome back to Wayne State football on News Channel Nebraska alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. The Wildcats at home tonight getting set to take on Concordia St. Paul. Wayne State 3-0. Their offense has been very impressive, Lou, both on the ground and through the air. And a big part of that is their sophomore sensation quarterback, one of the top quarterbacks in terms of QB efficiency in the nation right now. As Nick Bowen goes, Wayne State is gone this year.
Yeah, I agree with that. Nick Bowen, first of all, he's a tough guy. I mean, he's a guy that'll pull it down and run. 181 yards on the ground this year, 536 yards through the air, 4 touchdowns, and importantly, no interceptions. Takes care of the football. He's a playmaker for Wayne State.
Had over 200 yards passing and over 100 yards rushing, all in about a half against Minot State in their 49-10 win a week ago. Been a tough start to the season for Concordia St. Paul. The Golden Bears are 0-3, trying to prevent their first 0-4 start in a long, long time. They, too, have a talented sophomore quarterback, one of just 2 to ever start the first game as a freshman since they've moved up to Division II. Last year was building some momentum, got hurt. Now they're hoping that Connor Courts can kind of get that momentum back and get this season back on track.
Yeah, Courts is an impressive guy as well. He has put up good numbers against good teams. Augustana, Sioux Falls. This is probably a pretty good 0-3 team. That may be a little deceptive, but Courts has put up some good numbers. Also had 59 yards rushing, which was a career high for him last week. So he's a dangerous guy. I think how he does in the red zone today, being able to put points on the board against a good Wayne State defense, be important. We'll see how he performs.
Had a career high against Sioux Falls last week in a loss over 300 yards passing. And those are the signal callers. Wayne State's first-year head coach. Not a bad start to your career. 3 wins, no losses. Logan Masters visited with Nolan Hoffman. You'll hear from him next. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
Wayne State is the college of choice.
Smart choice.
Sound choice.
Natural choice.
Strong choice. Original choice. Bold choice.
Affordable choice.
With over 130 programs of study, Wayne State College is the
First choice. First choice.
First choice.
for students who want an excellent education at an affordable cost. Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
And welcome back to the pregame show here at News Channel Nebraska. I'm joined by Wayne State head coach Logan Masters. And coach, what was the message before tonight's game?
Just kind of same as what it's been the last couple of weeks. Is we just got to come out, we got to play with energy and passion and love for each other and execute. And we can do those couple of things. We got a great chance to get a win, and it's really about us.
How was the win kind of going to affect the offense with the passing game a little bit?
To be honest, it's always windy in Wayne America. So this is a typical day of practice, and it's supposed to die down. So it shouldn't be a big deal with going against it every day in practice.
Yeah, if you guys get the win here today for 4-0, it's the first time since 1993. What is it going to take for you guys to get the victory tonight?
Play with energy, passion, love each other, and execute. Like I said, it's not overly complicated. It's football. Just got to play smart, protect football, and make plays when plays present themselves.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Good luck tonight.
Okay.
And we'll be right back with more pregame show here on News Channel Nebraska.
A community is connections, friends, family, schools, teams. At Allo, we're honored to be a part of your community. As members of the community, we're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. All qualifying customers get free 100 megabit per second internet or a $30 discount on all other internet packages. Go to allofiber.com/ACP to learn more.
Whether you play on a field or play on a court or are running to greatness, during the game and after the game, during the wins and during the losses, Agri City Insurance has you covered. Here to help you insure what matters most. Agri City Insurance.
Keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3,
You want to wear your pride on your sleeve? True Nebraskans turn to custom sports screen printing. Pride, dignity, self-respect. You want to show it off. We want to design it in whatever color it comes in. Silver, gold, black, blue, white, red. Custom Sports can turn around unbeatable apparel fast with service from South Sioux to Scotts Bluff.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. If your business needs help financing big-ticket items, visit GoCurrency.com for details. And by Custom Sports. Represent your school and look good doing it with Custom Sports.
When it comes to your auto partner, there is no house divided when you choose Woodhouse. 18 brands, one team, a winning experience every time.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Life is full of occasions. Some planned, some unexpected, some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at the grill, waiting for the flip.
He has a great hot lie here on the grill. Looks like he is going with the tongs here, Jim. A great choice.
Timing is everything.
Nailed it!
A flip for the ages.
What a flip. Perfect marks. I'd take a slice out of that one.
Certified Piedmontese, real Nebraska beef. So tender and dripping in flavor, you won't believe a steak this good can be shipped right to your front door.
Our thanks once again to Logan Masters for joining Nolan Hoffman. That coach's profile brought to you by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Captains are heading to the center of the field right now. We'll find out who will be getting the ball first. And that gives us an opportunity to take a look at our community spotlight, which is brought to you by Allo, high-key internet for a low-key price. We're in Memorial Stadium, which has been here since 1931. Of course, the great Bob Cunningham, a Wayne native, is who this field is named for. Wayne, America, population 5,600 or so. Here at a college with a lot of tradition here in the state of Nebraska. We were mentioning that the last time they started 4-0 was 1993. That year they went 9-1, but they were still kind of an independent, weren't ranked, didn't get to play in the postseason that year. You know, the good news now, you're in the Northern Sun Conference, as Concordia will be starting with the ball. The good news for them is you go 10-1 this year, you better believe there's some postseason ahead of you.
Yeah, no question about that. You play that kind of football. You can just kind of feel the excitement about this program. I think the way that they played last year at times, certainly they were 6-2, but the bad omen here is that they went to play a winless Upper Iowa team, but that's what last time they were really talking about the possibility of playoffs, and they lost to Upper Iowa. You got a winless team, although I think, as we've already mentioned, this Concordia St. Paul team probably better than that 0-3 record would indicate. But I think if you win this game today, you go 4-0, that playoff talk's going to start. Yep. There's going to be people thinking about that down the road.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by Piedmontese Beef, starting with Concordia St. Paul. There you see them on defense. Kofi Gabelki, really good front four. They were active last week in that loss to Sioux Falls. We mentioned Connor Courts, Jalen Richardson, the team's leading rusher. Drew Enke has been Courts' top option through the passing game so far this season. By Shane Currier, 11th year of his second stint as the coach at CSB. Here's Wayne State starters. A lot of Nebraska names on there. Keep an eye on Alex Kowalczyk. He was fantastic last week, the team's leading tackler. Twice he's been Northern Sun Conference Defensive Player of the Week. Mason Lee, the hometown product, went over 100 yards receiving for the first time last week. Misspoke, Wayne State getting the ball first. Concordia kicking into, or rather again, with the wind, I should say, a fairly formidable wind as we are underway. That's Jaden Johnson bringing it out for the Wildcats, who will start things off 1st and 10 from the 30. And this is a game, Lou, where I think wind is going to be an issue. It is pretty stiff, although right now, not much of a wind. It was much more stiff during pregame. We were watching kicker Alex Powders, and he was struggling from about 45 yards heading in this direction. So that will affect what they do on 3rd and 4th downs in plus territory.
Yeah, we'll see what the wind does once the sun starts to set. It may change and certainly may decrease in velocity.
On 1st down, they keep it on the ground. That's Anthony Watkins, the team's leading rusher, has over 200 yards on the season. 59 yards and a touchdown in last week's blowout win over Minot State. No gain there. They'll give him about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Last couple of games have been quite different for Wayne State. Last week against Minot State, 5 scores in the first 6 possessions. Wayne State came out really flying high offensively, and 2 weeks ago struggled to score points. Had one touchdown. That was a long touchdown pass.
Bowen straight ahead. That big 200-pound frame on the sophomore out of Bennington gets straight ahead, sets him up with a 3rd down and about 4.
I think that's what makes Bowen so good. He's a true dual-threat quarterback. He can beat you with his arm, but he also is not afraid to do what you just saw there. That's a design quarterback run. And he is a good option there on the ground playing quarterback for Wayne State.
3rd down and 4, Bowen out of the gun. His team does not throw a lot, fewer than 20 passes a game. Now Watkins, if he can get to the outside, he's got something. 1st down and more, it's Watkins into CSP territory. That's not where the play was designed to go, Lou, but great vision by Watkins to find the open lane.
Now that play is coming left, and Concordia St. Paul really hemmed that in, and give Watkins credit there. Turned and went the other direction. That looked like that was going to be a 4th down situation. Wayne State was going to have to punt. Said Watkins picks up a nice gain and a 1st down.
There you see it on our instant replay, brought to you by Madison County Bank, here to help you grow. So Wayne State now at the Concordia St. Paul 47. Bowen to the air for the first time. He's got Lee laying out for it, incomplete. Wayne State cannot believe that a flag wasn't thrown.
Yeah.
One-on-one coverage with McKinley, Eglund Young, and Eglund Young had a lot of jersey there.
Yeah.
The officials didn't see it.
Yeah, Eglund Young had a hold of his jersey around the shoulder pad, and Northern Sun officials always do such a good job. I think they missed that one. I think that was a pretty obvious hold.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Lee, the team's leading receiver in terms of yards, top 10 in the conference in yards receiving this season. There it's David Elder, who has been used sort of as a running back and receiver. You're seeing that so much more often now, these hybrid players, sort of the Cordero Patterson model. Elder, you'll see him split out wide, but used in the running game quite a bit. Gets about 4 there. It'll be 3rd down.
And Wayne State's offense does a lot of different things. You saw part of it there.
So 3rd down 6. Bowen out of the gun. CSP showing blitz. Bowen in trouble and sacked. Brought down in the backfield. That's one thing CSP did not get at all last week, but breaking through Drake Teal and Luke Dunsmore right up the gut to force the punt.
You watch Bowen slip there right on the logo. And with CSP running a blitz there, once that he slipped, it was pretty much game over. Wayne State has to kick it away.
First sack of the season for both Teal and Dunsmore. So now Powder's on to punt it away. 39 yards a punt this year. Flag comes in as he tries to punt it. That'll probably move Wayne State back a little bit more. Our first quarter is brought to you by Region 4 Behavioral Health System. Our referee, Chad Crosby. It's a crew out of Minnesota. They made the trip down just like Concordia St. Paul did. Chad Crosby out of Maple Grove, Minnesota. So now Powders will try it again, kicking off to Joey Farley. A lot of heat. Good punt. Fair catch called for and made at the 23-yard line. And that's where CSP will start things off. So last week, Wayne State, touchdowns or scores on 5 of their first 6 possessions. Can't get anything against this CSP defense. And now let's see what Wayne State's defense, which has been really good this year, can do against the Golden Bears.
Yeah, that game against Northern State 2 weeks ago, Northern State was able to move the ball, but once Northern State got anywhere near scoring territory, Wayne State shut them down. Very opportunistic defense as well. And CSP has moved the football this year. This is a pretty good offense.
Handoff goes to Jalen Richardson, the team's leading rusher. He was held to just 34 yards on the ground last week. It's nothing there. You know, we talk about that Wayne State defense, Lou. They held Minot State to just 6 first downs last week, 184 total yards. That is sheer dominance.
Yeah, that's outstanding. And again, coming off holding Northern State to 6 points, 2 field goals. Northern State had the ball at, I believe, the Wayne State 1 or 2 yard line one time and had to settle for a field goal attempt. So This is a good defense that Wayne State has this season.
Here's Richardson on 2nd and 2, getting about 2 more.
Problem with CSP this year is their inability to score points. They put up some good numbers as far as yards, but they've only scored 43 points. Now, some of that has to do with who you played. You got Augustana, Sioux Falls, two of the best teams here in the Northern Sun. But certainly 43 points in 3 games isn't going to cut it. They know that. And so I think the challenge for the Golden Bear football team here is just to be able to not only move the ball, but try to put some points on the board today.
Yeah, to this point in the season, CSP's schedule ranked 12th toughest in the nation. On 3rd down, Wayne State had a bead on that one. That was Marzion Crosby, who almost had it incomplete, and the Wayne State defense forces a 3-and-out.
Well, that's a good thing for the Golden Bears that pass was a little low, because Crosby read that one perfectly. And if that pass is up a little bit, Crosby picks that one off and takes it to the house.
Marzion Cosby, the sophomore, transfer out of Northern Arizona, played only 1 game for the Lumberjacks against South Dakota, so he's used to playing around here. Punt is away. Fielded on a hop. Fair catch was called for, so the play's blown dead there. That's Jacob Bird fielding it at the 23-yard line, so Wayne State will now head back out on the field. Both offenses have had a crack at it. Neither have been able to do much nothing by way of points so far here in this first quarter. Last game on the slate in the Northern Sun Conference today. Wayne State playing a lot more evening games. You don't see that much out of them. They play a lot of afternoon games usually here at Cunningham Field.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll play the opener at night, and then the rest of them are day. This is family day here at the stadium, so maybe a night game was in order.
Good protection for Bowen. Good coverage, though. Now he's got a man wide open into CSP territory. That's Shane Orr, the sophomore out of Omaha Roncalli Catholic, an emergent talent on this team. Big gain there and a first down Wildcats.
Yeah, Orr was wide open. Good protection that time for Bowen. And he extends the play a little bit with his feet, allows Orr come across on a crossing pattern around midfield and picks up a nice.
And from the 45, that was Mason Lee in motion. They keep to the ground. This is Jacob Kaiser bouncing off defenders. Kaiser had gotten off to a great start last year as a freshman, the Cedar Catholic grad out of Hardington, but suffered a season-ending injury. I know this coaching staff is glad to have him back. He's been solid so far, at a couple of touchdowns last week, and just adding to that depth, adding to that group of weapons that this Wildcat team has offensively.
Yeah, you get Kaiser healthy. He's only a sophomore. I think he's got a lot of good in front of him if you can keep him healthy.
This Wayne State team is so young. They're 2 deep, has just 6 seniors on it. A lot of sophomores getting playing time, including that young man right there, Bowen, spinning forward to the 40, setting up a 3rd down and 5 for Wayne State.
Yeah, you can just talk about the offensive line from left tackle and left guard, sophomore, junior, right guard, sophomore, and right tackle. Tompkins is a redshirt freshman young man from Hickman. So a lot of young guys up front on that offensive line for Wayne State.
4 receivers split wide on 3rd and 5. Play clock down to 6. Bowen will keep. Looking for a hole, can't find it. Great job by CSP to break that up defensively. That was L. Osiris Judy, the sophomore out of Florida, making the tackle, and it's 4th down.
They tried to do that quarterback run, did Wayne State, and only able to get a couple of yards out of that. Let's see what Wayne State elects to do here on 4th down. I think they're thinking about going for it.
Yeah, this is in a weird spot on the field at the 38-yard line. They're going to go for it on 4th and 3. Lee in motion. Looking for a swing pass out of the backfield. Winning the foot race is Watkins. That's a first down. Well-designed play there. And Wayne State keeps the drive alive. Watkins' first reception.
Yeah, just got Watkins out of the backfield. When Watkins caught that, he had to turn and had enough balance and speed to turn and then put on the jets there to get that first down. But you're right, a very well-designed play. And a first down.
Of course, head coach Logan Masters was the offensive coordinator a year ago. Now it's Watkins. Great blocking up front. Watkins close to first down yardage. Out across the 25 to the 24-yard line. Gain of 9 for the Wildcats.
I mentioned now it's Colin Prosser, the offensive coordinator for the Wildcats. I think you got to be pretty happy with his performance as offensive coordinator. This offense has looked good so far this season.
This is a situation where CSP wants to be careful. Second and short.
Yeah, you can do a lot right here at 2nd and 1.
Wayne State will keep it on the ground. They get the fresh set. It's Watkins breaking free inside the 10. First and goal, Wayne State. Good patient run there. The hole opened up on the left side, and Watkins takes advantage.
Yeah, good blocking there on that left side of the offensive line. Watkins small enough there. He doesn't need a great big hole. He's able to slip through there and picks up another nice gain. Wayne State marching right now inside the 10-yard line at the 8 of CSP.
First and goal, Lee in motion. They'll give it to Kaiser. Right up the gut, dancing between defenders to the 2. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Like that 1-2 punch with Watkins. And then Kaiser, two different style of backs, but both very effective.
Yeah, Watkins certainly speedy. He can run between the tackles very well as well, but Jacob Kaiser, Lou, you and I have covered him for a long time, going back to high school, a very powerful running back. 2nd and goal from the 2. Double tight set, it's Kaiser again, shaking off the first defender. Didn't get there. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Right down to the goal line. They like that left side of that offensive line, does Wayne State. Left tackle, Jet Jansen, and left guard, Chris Graham. Jansen's a big dude, 6'4", 270, and Graham, 6'2", 290. But that left side is where they like to go in those short yardage situations.
And they're working on a sophomore and a redshirt freshman on that side of the Pete Beckley and Drake Teal over there. You got seniors, Mel Judy and Luke Dunsmore on the other side. So picking on the young guys a bit. 3rd down and goal from the 1. Watkins diving. No signal yet.
Yep.
Now there is. Touchdown, Wayne State. Anthony Watkins has his 4th rushing touchdown this season, and the Wildcats strike first.
Far side official was the first one to call it a touchdown. He had a better view. But Watkins able to dive in there, just gets into the end zone. We'll see it from the end zone camera.
All he had to do was get that football across the goal line to break the plane. He just did so. And now Powder's on to attempt the extra point. He's 11 for 11 so far this year. Make it 12 for 12. And on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard, it's Wayne State 7, CSP nothing. Back after this on NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. If your business needs help financing big-ticket items, visit gocurrency.com for details. And by Custom Sports. Represent your school and look good doing it with Custom Sports.
Allo means reliability, productivity, connect. Allo means no more of that. Allo means business. Local business, big business, small business. If you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation, symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
10-play, 77-yard drive capped off by a 1-yard Anthony Watkins touchdown dive. And there you see 7-0 the score. Wayne State with the lead on our scoreboard, which is brought to you by Faith Regional Physician Services. When hard work hits you hard. Now, Lou, the first drive for Wayne State probably thought they could have had more had that penalty been called on the hold. This time they get a chance to finish off a drive and take advantage.
Yeah, that was a good drive. Did exactly what you want to do. You march the ball down there, take some time off the clock, and put some points on the board.
Now CSP will get a chance to return this one. This is Farley trying to find a seam. Not much. Tripped up across the 20 to the 23-yard line for the senior out of Fort Lauderdale. A lot of guys from Florida on this CSP roster. That's how you know you're a good recruiter, when you can get a bunch of guys from Florida to come play football in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Well, you tell some of those guys, the year, St. Paul, it's balmy in December,
Just a little cooler than what you're used to.
Just a tad.
Connor Courts back out with the offense. Went 3 and out their last time. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 21. Faking to the motion man. Courts will keep. He can scamper. Wayne State read that well. What a play by Javon France. Is down, though. We'll check the penalty. It's in an area that doesn't look like it'll be good for Wayne State.
Perhaps a face mask on that?
We'll see what Chad Crosby has to say. So again, France with a 15-yard face mask negates what had been a 3-yard loss.
Yeah.
That's the first down of the game for the Golden Bears.
Well, you like it when, especially, in this case, France is a cornerback. You like it when those guys read the play like that. He saw what was coming and did a great job to get there in a hurry. The problem was he went high on the tackle and got a hold of the face mask. So obviously negates a nice play and gives CSP a first down.
Out to the 34-yard line. Courts with time. Pass complete to the far sideline. That'll be a first down for Concordia St. Paul. Gain of about 13 there. Had a receiver all alone, but the ball thrown low. If that's on target, Lou, he might still be running.
He had to go down to his knees to catch it. But you're right, he had some room there on that far boundary.
And now we've got a stoppage. Get the ball switched out here. Quick first quarter, 3:43 to go, 7-0. Wayne State trying to get to 4-0 for the first time since their head coach, Logan Masters, was in grade school. He, of course, played for Wayne State in the late aughts, a member now of the Hall of Fame as an athlete, a fantastic football player, wide receiver for Wayne State back in the day. There's the defense swarming again. Getting away somehow is Jalen Richardson, but he can't make anything happen. Play finally finished off for Wayne State by Marzion Cosby, but a whole host of Wildcats in there. That's a loss of 8.
Defense looks like a swarm of yellow jackets out there, just all over the football.
So back to the 39-yard line. This will be 2nd and 18.
Well, right now the defense for Wayne State is all about reading and reacting, and they're doing a great job. They're really flying to the football.
Courts pressured. Pocket collapses. He's able to make a gain out of it. Back to the line of scrimmage at the very least. He had pressure from both edges. Alex Kowalczyk in there to finish it off. He had 8 tackles last week in the win over Minot State. It'll be 3rd and long.
And middle linebacker Dexter Larson also in on that play. Good linebacking crew that Wayne State has. Really like Scott and Kowalczyk and now Dexter Larson. They're playing that middle spot. That's a good group of backers.
Tyler LeClaire, another one who's had a great year, had 7 tackles last week against the Beavers. Another sophomore, fantastic sophomore out of and 18. 2 receivers to either side of Courts. Wayne State rushing 4. Courts over the middle, nothing there. And it'll be 4th down. Great coverage on the pass intended for Evan Peterson. Boy, Marzion Cosby has been active for the Wildcats defensively today.
Yeah, Cosby nearly had that pick six earlier. And this whole defense has been active in this first quarter. This is impressive. I really was impressed with them 2 weeks ago against Northern State. What's defense? You play defense, you got a chance to win championships, right? This is a good defense. Keep you in a lot of ball games.
They've held CSP to just 12 yards of total offense. As you see the replay there, punt is away. It's a high punt, angling to the far sideline, and will take really it ends up being a Wayne State roll into the end zone. The punt by Parker Dahlman ends up bounding into the end zone. Break for the Wildcats as that was angling toward the sideline. Looked like it might end up inside the 5, but the Wildcats will start this drive at the 20.
Well, you like that a lot better, obviously, if you're Wayne State. I think if you're Wayne State, one of the things that you do when you play a team that's 0-3, now this, again, 0-3, they lost by 14 to Augustana. They lost by 44-23 last week to Sioux Falls. Those are two pretty good teams, and lost an 8-point game to Southwest Minnesota State. But what you want to try to do is to put some doubt in their mind. If you could take a drive here and score some points, you certainly make the Golden Bears start doubting their chances to win this ball game.
Good pitch and catch to the far sideline there for Wayne State. That caught by Trevor Marshall, just his second reception of the season. His first came last week, a 40-yard touchdown against Minot State. That one was thrown by Tavian Willis, this time thrown by Nick Bowen.
That was nice to you get off to such a great start last week. You get Willis in the game. Willis is a good football player. That's a good backup quarterback over there.
He might be the best backup quarterback in the conference. Was a starter for the team last year before getting hurt. Bowen forced to scramble. He's able to get a gain out of it. A flag comes in behind the play. Boy, that pressure broke up what I think could have been a huge play. Lou Mason Lee was streaking on the crossing route, and there was no one near him. Bowen just didn't have a chance to see him.
Right, pressure. That's defensive pressure changes what offense can do and what they can see. And in that case, you're right, Bowen was not able to see an open receiver downfield.
This is the one part of the game that has not gone Wayne State's way, the penalties. A hold called against the Wildcats there. Already 3 penalties for 30 yards against Wayne State here in the first quarter.
Yeah, you don't want to hurt yourself. I think Wayne State's got a good enough team, but penalties and turnovers, and almost a turnover right there.
That ball hits the turf. Bad snap. Wayne State able to fall on it. Bowen has to swallow that one, so now it's going to be second and about 20. Second about 22, back at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, just about to say, turnovers and penalties can change the trajectory of a game. And now you see back-to-back, a penalty and a near turnover. Wayne State, you got to clean it up, obviously, if you're going to move the football. Did a great job the last drive with a nice crisp drive.
Misdirection, handoff to Kaiser's got a hole. Kaiser getting a lot of those yards back across the original line of scrimmage. Gets out to the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 12. Sets him up with a manageable third down.
Yeah, that's a nice play. He just tried to get some yards there on that second down run, and Kaiser does more than just get a few yards. He sets up, as you said, a very manageable third down situation.
Kaiser 25 yards on the ground on 4 carries. Wayne State has run the football well here in this first quarter. 84 yards on the ground for the Wildcats, who are debating whether or not to run another play this quarter.
Yeah, I think they're going to allow this one to tick away, and we're going to play in the second quarter.
Get that wind at their back. That's the strategy here. We've played one. It's Wayne State 7, Concordia, St. Paul nothing. Second quarter next. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
At Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk, their focus is on you. As the leading provider of optometry with advanced diagnostics and equipment, they can ensure your eye health is their top priority. A quick glance at their frame area will show you that you can have style as well as function, with plenty of frames to choose from. Their mission is to educate patients and provide cutting-edge technology and exceptional service with personalized care. Come to Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk to clearly see the difference. Why? Because your eyes deserve it.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe in local. It's something we live by. It's something we're proud of. It's helping our neighbors grow like they've helped us, supporting families, investing in lives, and creating prosperity. Local means making decisions that grow and improve surrounding communities we call home. Investing in our nonprofits and giving back. Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, great for you, great for your community.
Wayne State held the ball for 11 minutes and 2 seconds of that first quarter. They've got a 7-0 lead and a 3rd and 6 as we start the second. Good play after the catch. The effort there by Trey Miller, just his second career reception, will be enough for Wayne State to move the sticks alongside Lou Siefker, Nolan Hoffman on the sidelines. I'm Eric McKay.
Yeah, Trey Miller, the freshman from Weston, Nebraska. That's a big conversion there, 3rd down and 6. It's those sort of plays that can really demoralize a defense. You feel like you've got your opponent where you want them. It was 2nd down and long, and Wayne State converts.
Wayne State quickly to the line of scrimmage, trying to find something to the outside. Good pursuit to the ball there. That's David Elder's second run today. Gets a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Wayne State, in that first quarter, outgained Concordia St. Paul 120-12. Always good when you can get 10 times as much offense as your opponent.
Yeah, you'll take that every day, right?
So now Wayne State will split 2 receivers to the left on 2nd down, Jaden Johnson and Mason Lee in the slot. On play action, Bowen flushed, throws it away. Oh, good effort on the far sideline there to try to get that pick by Concordia's Carter Otto, but not to be. It'll be 3rd down now and 8.
Well, it's a smart play there by Bowen. Just get rid of the football. There's no reason to try to force anything and play for 3rd down. Nothing's there. Just get rid of the football.
Just Bowen's second incompletion today, 54 yards through the air. Did hit a 32-yarder earlier to Shane Orr. Now he's got a 3rd down and 8. 3 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. CSP bringing the blitz. Forcing Bowen to the outside. He's going to try to get it with his legs and does. That's the problem when you blitz a guy like Nick Bowen, Lou. He will eat up man coverage with his legs. Converts there on 3rd and 8.
Absolutely. That blitz come through the middle, and that time Bowen just able to scramble around that right side. You see the blitz coming right up the middle, and then there's no contain because of the blitz. So a good job there by Bowen to read that play and make something out of it, get that 1st down.
Yeah, that was one thing when he took over for Tavian Willis. I think a lot of folks were impressed by, even as a freshman, his immediate sense for the game. Seems to always play within himself. Now flushed again, has an opening again. Looking for some blockers downfield. He'll scramble for about 4. It'll be 2nd down. But there you see an example. Doesn't force the issue. I mean, he's listed as a sophomore. He's got a lot of experience. He transferred into Wayne State, sat out a year. So he's an experienced sophomore, but still really plays, I think, beyond what his years would indicate.
Yeah, exactly. Only his 2nd year starting, but you're exactly right. Just a smart play. That was a smart play there. Get out of bounds, get some yards, get out of bounds. There's no reason to take a shot there on the boundary.
So now 2nd down 7. Schmaderer in motion. They hand off. Watkins able to get out across the 35. It'll be 3rd down upcoming. Anthony Watkins, one of the experienced starters. This is his 3rd year as a starting running back for Wayne State. He missed 2019, or missed much of it anyway, because of injury. Came back, was very good for them last year. And is top 10 in rushing yards in the conference so far this season.
I think that's one of the big differences from last year is Wayne State's ability to run the football. I think they were a little more one-dimensional last year. Got a nice rushing attack, and that just makes this offense so dangerous. They're very multi-dimensional.
Yeah, if anything, they favor the run a lot more than most teams.
Got him.
Beautifully done. That's a touchdown, Wayne State. Gage Dangle his second career touchdown reception, and Wayne State extends the lead.
Yeah, perfectly run play. And Dingle just comes across the field. He got caught, or did not get caught on the line of scrimmage. He just a tight end release here. You're going to see him on that backside, wide open behind the defense. Perfect execution. Another good drive by the Wildcats.
Sophomore out of Bellevue with his second career touchdown, his first this season. And now Wayne State set to kick the extra point. Well, we've got an injured player. A Wayne State player having to come out. Well, we have I believe a sick player that is coming out.
It's Chris Graham, starting left guard.
Redshirt. I think everybody in the stadium knows what he had for lunch now, if you get my drift.
Yeah, that's never a fun thing to have happen to you.
Nice thing about field turf, it mops up pretty quickly, I would think.
Yeah, there you go.
Here in the second quarter, Wayne State trying to go up 14-0. Our second quarter presented by Unity Eye Center. They've got offices in Norfolk, Pierce, Columbus, Grand Island, and St. Paul.
We'll see if Mr. Graham comes back in the game. He's still having some problems here by the trash can. So,
and when you the guy that replaces him, I don't know that I'm putting my hands down right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might stay in the up stance for a little while. Powder's on for the extra point. He was good earlier. Bowen to hold. And it is right down Broadway. So on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard, 14-0. Wayne State with the lead. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures. Out-of-this-world shopping. Star-studded evenings, and award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
14-0 Wayne State with the lead. The third member of our broadcast crew, Nolan Hoffman, down on the sidelines.
Yeah, welcome back to News Channel Nebraska. And Eric and Lou, if you're questioning exactly what happened with the stoppage right there, number 64 on the offensive line for Wayne State threw up all over the field. I could see it down here on the sidelines, but unfortunately the grounds crew got that cleaned up pretty quickly, and we're back to playing some football. Back up to you guys.
Nolan Hoffman, he's on top of it. I think he's working on trying to figure out what it was that Graham actually had for lunch today. We'll see if we can get an update there. Thank you, Nolan, for the report. That did happen kind of right in front of the poor kid. You got the Wayne State student section down there, too. Everybody, it's just, if nothing else, it's more embarrassing than anything, right?
The good thing is when you're 6'2", 290, no one's making fun of you.
That's true. You can do just about whatever you want when those are the measurements. All right, CSP, they need to figure out a way to do what they want, which is get a first down or two, just 12 yards of offense to this point. Two fewer yards than Wayne State has points.
And Wayne State defensively has been very good so far in this ballgame.
Here's Richardson. That's a guy I think they got to get going. That part of their offense, the pressure was on Connor Courts last week. He got over 300 yards passing, but the passing completion rate was under 50%. There just wasn't the dimension to their offense. If they're going to come back in this game, even down 14, at least to start.
I think both these teams want to be pretty balanced offensively, and so far the Golden Bears have not been able to run the football at all on Wayne State.
Correction, that was Jair Moore in the backfield, the junior out of Dallas, Texas, Courts to the air, far side, broken up. Incredible one-on-one play there. Javon France, he had a pass breakup last week as well. Adds that one to his tally sheet, his 4th of the season.
We've seen France here for the last couple of years.
He's a
good
good
football
one.
player from Tarpon Springs, Florida. That's a ways away.
Second team All-Division last year. Very impressive defensive back. So 3rd down and 8 upcoming. Golden Bears trying to avoid another 3 and out. Just 2 first downs to their credit so far. Near side, nice adjustment to make that catch. That's Evan Peterson, the sophomore, his 5th reception of the year. And the Lakeville, Minnesota native moves the sticks for CSP.
Much needed first down. That time Wayne State got caught in the blitz. Kowalczyk was bringing heat there from his linebacker spot right up the middle. And that time, Concordia St. Paul did a good job picking up the blitz. A good quick pass by Courts out for that first down.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Courts, quick hitter, near side, set up pretty well to Farley, shaking off the block to make the tackle Gerald fly. But a solid gain on first down. It'll be 2nd and about 5.
Yeah, Gold Bears moving the ball there. Those long screen passes, it's kind of like a long handoff sometimes. You just get some yards there on first down.
2nd down and 5. Courts 3 of 6 through the air in the early going. Sends Farley in motion. And will hand off. Good hole up the middle, close to first down yardage is Jair Moore. Moore has been limited, has not been a big part of the offense to this point in the season. But is able to, they'll say he got enough for the first down there on a gain of 5. So the Bears stringing a couple of first downs together for the first time tonight, have it 1st and 10 at the 46.
They're going to stay in the game. You've got to be able to put together.
Now Jalen Richardson back in, gets to the outside, gets into Wayne State territory and breaks tackles. Jalen Richardson out of bounds inside the 25. Comes up with a big play there. Wayne State beat to the edge, and Richardson uses his speed to get to the 23. Big gain there for the Bears.
Speed and balance by Richardson, kind of tight-roping it down that sideline. Great job there, and a much-needed drive that the Bears are putting together.
Goes for 31 there. 1st and 10 now from the 23. Richardson again. There's a hole again up the middle, and Richardson takes advantage. He's out to the 18. It'll be 2nd down and about 5. Trent Rasmussen makes the tackle for Wayne State.
Concordia St. Paul offensive line right now doing a good job against that Wayne State front. Opening some holes that weren't there earlier here in this first half.
It's a huge offensive line. 4 of the 5 O-linemen tip at least 300, and the one who doesn't is 290.
Yeah, the small guy out there is 290.
2nd down and 5, inside give to Richardson, and he takes advantage of those big bodies up front, close to first down yardage. So a drive that started there on the ground. It'll be 3rd down and about a yard at the 14-yard line.
Very doable here. We'll see if they try anything, maybe a play-action pass here. Long ago that a guy that was 290 pounds was considered almost a freak.
Yeah.
Now they're the small guy.
Now, if anything, he's hoping to get bigger. Nothing fancy here. They just use those big bodies to move the pile. The rugby scrum inside the 10 down to the 9. 4 yards. It is Concordia St. Paul.
This has been an excellent drive by the Golden Bears. They're doing a nice job, and they're doing it on a lot of it on the ground. I think you'd be, if you're Concordia St. Paul, you feel pretty good about that if you're able to run the football against this a very stout run defense here by Wayne State.
1st and goal from the 9. Court sends Farley in motion, gives to Richardson. He's got room to the right. Inside the 5 and dancing his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Concordia St. Paul. First rushing touchdown this season for Jalen Richardson. And boy, do the Golden Bears need that.
Yeah. Boy, first touchdown of the season. That's hard to believe. Richardson looks like an excellent back. We get a chance to watch the replay. Watch the move. I think it was on France at the end of this run. Watch the move he puts on there. Just freezes him out there for the touchdown. That's just a great individual.
Now Sam Henson on to kick the extra point. 2 for 3 last week in the loss to Sioux Falls. That one is true. And on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard, we got 7:28 to go in the half in a ball game. 14-7, Wildcats with the lead. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
Wayne State is the college of choice.
Smart choice. Sound choice.
Natural choice.
Strong choice. Original choice. Bold choice.
Affordable choice.
With over 130 programs of study, Wayne State College is the
first choice. First choice.
First choice.
For students who want an excellent education at an affordable cost. Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
Concordia St. Paul had just 17 yards over the course of their first 2 drives. They got 75 on that one alone. A 10-play, 75-yard drive capped off by an 11-yard touchdown run, rather a 9-yard touchdown run by Jalen Richardson. And Concordia St. Paul on the board, back within 7. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay, and Wayne State's defense got pushed around a little bit on that last drive.
Yeah, Wayne State defensively has only given up 44 points this season, and Concordia St. Paul has only scored 43. You feel like the defensive side of the ball is where Wayne State has a sizable advantage, but that was an impressive drive by Concordia St. Paul that ends in a touchdown.
Wayne State will get a chance to return. This is Jaden Johnson, the sophomore big play man. Bounces through contact, gets out to about the 25. He's been averaging just shy of 22 yards per kick return this year, 5th in the conference in kick returns last year. He's a good one. Sets up Wayne State with solid field position here. The problem for CSP, all right, the offense has got it going. Their defense has got to cinch up because Wayne State so far has done just about anything they want offensively.
And I think if you're Wayne State here and Coach Logan Masters, I think you'd really like another drive, a methodical drive, take some more time off the clock, allow your defense to rest a little bit after being on the field for a while. You certainly don't want a 3-and-out situation, give the ball right back to an offense that's getting into rhythm.
Nick Bowen with an empty backfield. Fakes the handoff on the end around, looking up the middle. I think Wayne State, Lou, is noticing Concordia St. Paul is staying in man coverage for the most part. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what, when you got a quarterback like Nick Bowen, that has got to make the offensive coordinator just lick their chops at the possibility. They take advantage there for a gain of 9.
Well, I think you're right. We've seen a lot of that in this first half. And Nick Bowen is like a running back playing quarterback now. He's a guy that can throw the football very, very well, but his ability to run, especially at the college level, is much like that of a running back. So you've got a real weapon back there that you can utilize.
Wants to go to the air here. Underneath. Good job to stay on his feet there by Watkins. Gets about 4. It'll be second down. Let's head down to the sidelines. Talk to Nolan Hoffman.
Yeah, guys, kind of a good feel-good story here for Concordia St. Paul. Back in 2018, a former player and a key player for them by the name of Billy Brown Jr. suddenly passed away after graduating near his home. And now the team and head coach is honoring his commitment to the program and the way he worked by giving his number 26, to a player with the same kind of traits, and that's going to go to Devarius Cheeks, who's number 26, of course, out in the field. So Eric and Lou, let's see if he can make an impact here tonight.
He did on that last play, thank you, Nolan. It was Cheeks stepping up to make the play. Yeah, Cheeks had been number 14. They hand out number 26 to a different player. DeVaris Cheeks, who is well known as a leader, he's the student body president at Concordia St. Paul, makes the tackle there, sets up a 3rd down and 6 for Wayne State.
Yeah, perfect timing. Make the play right when we're talking about you. Student body president, that you talk about quality traits. That doesn't get any better than that.
Who's in charge on campus when he's here? That's what I want to know. 3rd down and 6. Bowen going to scramble for first down yardage. That's got to be frustrating for the Concordia St. Paul defense. Great coverage downfield, pressure on the quarterback, and he just steps up and makes the play on his own.
Yeah, that. And that coverage. Concordia St. Paul backing up in coverage. That middle has been open, and Bowen has really exploited it.
As you see the replay there. And again, because of that man coverage, Bowen gives himself up once he gets the first down, sets up Wayne State. Now 1st and 10 from the 45. Bowen thinking big, has his man. It is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Mr. Big Play himself, Jaden Johnson, leads the conference in yards per catch at 26 a catch. It's going to go up there after that 45-yard touchdown strike.
Well, Johnson's got a ton of speed. Watch him just run past that. We talked about that man coverage. He just ran past it. That's just a great individual play, not only to get open, but to make a heck of a catch. And then drag the defender into the end zone. Johnson was the guy that had the only offensive touchdown against Northern State on a very similar play. You're right, Mr. Big Play, Jaden Johnson. And Wayne State, just like that, answers.
He has 10 receptions this year. 4 of them have gone for touchdowns. Extra point is blocked. So the first missed extra point for Alex Powders this year. But on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard, Wayne State hits big again. They're up 20-7. You're watching NCN.
I was working at a manufacturing home plant here in town. I was working with a radial arm saw where you hit a button on the floor and it activates the saw to come out. I reached down, didn't realize somebody had moved the pedal over in front of the saw. When I reached down for him, my foot hit the pedal and my hand was gone. So they life-flighted me to Norfolk, and 13 hours later, I got my hand back on. Faith Regional, Dr. Harsel, a deep place in my heart. Very awesome place. I mean, they're always right there. Saved my hand, saved my life. I chose to stay at Faith Regional for my therapy because they knew what they were doing. They worked with me from day one. Therapy team is just tremendous at what they do. If you have any kind of hand problems, surgery, whatever, go see the team at Faith Regional. When I needed major hand surgery, I had faith.
A 45-yard touchdown pass to Jaden Johnson, his 4th this season. Yards per catch now up around 28 reception. And Wayne State extends their lead 20-7. Extra point blocked, though. Powders will kick it away. Got the wind at his back. That one will easily go into the end zone. Hey, folks, stay tuned. We're about 5 minutes away from our halftime show. Brought to you by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years.
Love coming here to do games.
Yeah.
Love this university, this college, I should say, Wayne State College. Great place to go to school and a very affordable place to go to school. I mean, everything's so expensive.
Yeah.
You get a quality education here. I know a lot of people who have come to this school and are very happy that they did.
You know, the amazing thing, you look around, you could probably see it behind, the play here. There's a lot of construction going on, a lot of extension. That ball's on the ground. Wayne State says they have it.
Wow.
And they do. Disaster for Concordia St. Paul. Just a mistimed handoff, and the Wildcats take advantage.
Yeah, it's a miscommunication here. They run into each other. You got 2 guys running into the quarterback, so obviously somebody ran the wrong play. And that ends up, you're right, Eric, that is a disaster. You were looking at trying to get back in the game here, and you just got done. turnovers just absolutely, we talked about that earlier. Turnovers and penalties can really change the trajectory of a game. And boy, this turnover, if Wayne State's able to get points here, I think this is a key juncture in the game here, whether Concordia St. Paul can keep Wayne State out of the end zone.
And thus far, they've been able to do that just once. Wayne State has scored on 3 of 4 possessions. Here's Kaiser. No, correction. My apologies. To the near side. It's caught by Mason Lee. Breaking tackles, now dragging defenders. 1st and goal, Wayne State. That play had me fooled. I thought it was a handoff to Kaiser. A great play action. And Mason Lee has his first reception of the night. Now the 7th different player to receive a pass from Nate Bowen.
Eric, it's death taxes and Mason Lee catching a pass every game. There's things you can count on. 17 straight games, only one game in his career that he has not caught a pass, at least one pass. Mr. Consistency out there, Mason Lee.
Yeah, 34 games played at Wayne State, a catch in 33 of them. Now they do hand it off to Kaiser. To the outside, it'll be 2nd down and goal. You know, the amazing thing about Lee, they don't use the term possession receiver much anymore. He kind of fit that bill. All the success he's had last week was his first ever 100-yard receiving game.
Yep.
He's been Mr. Consistent, not a big play guy, but boy, he's always there when Wayne State needs him.
You're right, not a guy that's going to put up big numbers, but he's going to be there every game and make plays when you need him.
Boy, that was well read defensively. They were looking at Watkins out of the backfield, and Cyrus McClure, who was the team's leading tackler last week, came up and made the play. The sophomore out of Carrollton, Georgia, makes it 3rd and goal for the Wildcats.
Yeah, shut that one down quickly. Love the speed there that he showed McClure to eliminate that play. Now you got 3rd down and goal here. Still 8 yards to go.
3 receivers in a bunch formation to the near side. There's a tight end on the far side. 3rd and goal. Bowen.
And a Bowen rolling to the right here.
Steps up. Going to try to get it with his legs and does.
Wow.
Touchdown, Wayne State. Well, this CSP defense has got to be thinking, what more can they do? Good coverage, good pressure, and Bowen just freelances his way to an 8-yard touchdown run.
Well, they had to play defense, Derek. That play was defense, but when you have a mobile quarterback and a guy that can run, like I said, like a running back, and he's got great vision. He saw the opening and gets it in for the touchdown. That's a big conversion off. You always want to make the other team pay for their mistakes. A crucial mistake there, fumbling the football. Wayne State able to capitalize on that, and a big touchdown to go up. We'll see if they go up 20 with this extra point.
It is on its way, and that one is good. 3rd rushing touchdown for Nick Bowen this year. Wayne State is rolling on family night. It's a family affair. Everybody get involved. Wildcats up 20 on NCN.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Boy, everything coming up Wildcats right now. They've scored on 4 of 5 drives here in the first half, 27-7. They lead alongside Lou Siefker, Nolan Hoffman on the sidelines. I'm Eric McKay. But this Wayne State team has just dominated really on both sides of the ball. And now have a 20-point lead against Concordia St. Paul.
Really like how efficient the offense has been the last couple weeks. 5 of 6. Oh, got an onside kick.
That's a live ball, and Wayne State had it. Well, they had it. It went out of bounds. They're going to have to talk this one over. It's going to be Concordia St. Paul ball, because while they were able to get it, it was the freshman Dawson Forgy who was there to make the play but wasn't able to keep control of it inbounds. Huge break for the Golden Bears there. Because Wayne State had that. Now they're talking it over.
Yeah, he had his hands on the football when it went down. Now you've got the entire Wayne State bench in front of us, and I couldn't tell what happened after he went down. He definitely had possession at some point just inside that 40-yard line.
As you look on the replay, he was down, but I don't know that he ever actually had possession of the ball. It just kind of rolled out of his breadbasket out of bounds. And a nice job by the side judge there to run up and make that call. Josh Schoaf, the side judge. Now, they're still talking it over.
Yep. Still having the conversation. Yeah, it was tough to tell how. I think he had possession very briefly.
Yeah.
And now, what is possession? You know, is it how long do you have to have possession?
And if he's sitting down and has the ball, the play's over, and it's Wayne State football.
I think it's.
And now we've got a flag down. I'm wondering if that's not a sideline warning against Wayne State, or was the ball touched too early? There's a lot to sort out here.
Well, I think ultimately it's going to be Concordia St. Paul football.
And this is not like the MIAA conference. They actually would be able to go to review here. They're actually testing review. If you saw UNK earlier, they are reviewing in that conference. And now they're trying to explain the situation to the Wayne State sideline, saying that he never actually had possession. Take another look here. Now, watch 4G. You'll see it as it comes to the near side. Touches it there. And then watch as he goes down. It's hard to tell. I don't know that he ever actually had possession.
Yeah, you can see it at the end of that play. It looked from up here like that he set, when he turned over, he had the football. When you see the replay, the football actually squirted out of his hands. So, and the side judge very definitively made the call. And as you see here, I don't know what the penalty is going to be. If there was a personal foul in there? Or?
Looks like it's going to be a personal foul against Wayne State that they're walking off. Because there were a lot of Wayne State staff and players politicking to have the ball, and I think maybe a few too many ended up on the field. So now, huge break for Concordia St. Paul. They've got it 1st and 10 in Wayne State territory.
Yeah, absolutely a big break. A chance. Wayne State nearly had a chance maybe to go for a kill shot there. If you get possession, you had plenty of time to try to score. Instead, not only does Concordia St. Paul get the football, but you get it in great field position after the Wayne State penalty.
CSP on the rollout. Here's Courts. He's got some speed, able to scamper his way out to about the 35-yard line. Golden Bears have yet to eclipse 100 yards of offense. By contrast, Wayne State is at 284 here in this first half.
Yeah, they've been impressive. I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that Scott Frost called and said that was a really good call. I don't know.
Well, you know why it was a good call? Because it's early in the game and Wayne State was up, but we don't have time to relitigate that. 2nd down and 5. They faked the end around. And Court's able to dive for 1st down yardage. Courts can get it done on the ground at 59 yards on the ground last week in that loss.
I'll say this much: there's a reason a lot of coaches have gray hair.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that you took a chance and it nearly worked out. Now, if Concordia St. Paul goes in and scores here right before the half, a little momentum kind of slides over to the Golden Bears.
I am starting to think if there's something in the water in Nebraska that just makes someone like predisposed to trying onside kicks at strange times in games. 1st and 10 from the 28. Up the middle, trying to break free. Good, strong run there by Jalen Richardson. Well, he made the Wayne State defenders earn it. The play finally finished off by Jackson Johnson, one of the best high school football defensive players you and I have probably ever seen, Lou.
Yeah.
BRLD was on the Huskerland Prep All-Decade team in Class C2 in 2019. Was an absolute terror as a defensive end, and now is doing it at the D2 level. 2nd down, 5. Flare pass. That actually was a lateral. Forced Farley to adjust. He lost his footing because of it. That'll be a loss of 5. And now 3rd down and 10. Actually 11.
Wow.
Boy, just that timing a little bit off, and that really blew that play up.
Yeah, that's a mistake for the Bears because you're trying to stay somewhat on schedule, especially down here where you get a chance to score. You kind of took yourself out of now into 3rd down and long.
3rd and 11. Courts stepping up, firing. No chance for anyone to get a hold of that one. He wanted it on the near side to Drew Enke, his leading target this year, but some miscommunication there, and it'll be 4th down.
And now you're either looking at going for it on 4th down or trying looks like a fairly long field goal attempt is coming.
The wind has died down. It is not as strong as it was in pregame, but it is still blowing into the face of Sam Henson.
46 yards is what this is going to be.
His long this year is 25. That one came last week. From 46. Good snap. Will it get there? No, he pushed it to the right. No good, and Wayne State's defense holds again.
They have been good in those situations this year. And the way they played in similar situations against Northern State 2 weeks ago really was the difference in the game. And boy, you kind of a bit of a sigh of relief after not getting the onside kick and then giving up the penalty really set up Concordia St. Paul with a chance to score. But again, the Wayne State defense rises to the occasion. I'm guessing unless you pop a big one here, you're probably just going to run the football, run clock, and get to halftime.
They do have 3 timeouts at their disposal. Let's see what they do on 1st down here. Mason Lee gets out of bounds. I don't think the Wildcats are done yet.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, does it?
50 seconds. That's a gain of 9. Lee's second reception. Again, all 3 timeouts. They've hit on a big one earlier. Bowen found Johnson on that 45-yarder.
I think you got that quick out there. You gave yourself a fairly good field position. And I think another play like that, fairly conservative throw, I think you get some yards, get up toward midfield. Maybe you take a couple of shots downfield.
On 2nd and short, Bowen, deep drop, just throws it away. He's trying to set up the screen to Watkins, but too much pressure in the backfield by the Bears, sets up 3rd and long. But again, we see the heady play by the quarterback. I don't know that there's anything you can do that's going to make Nick Bowen panic.
No, he is unflappable out there. Good pressure on from that left end. Luke Dunsmore from Concordia St. Paul, 6'5", 275. That'll make you hurry your throws. But Dunsmore had great pressure and just a smart play. Just get rid of it, play for 3rd down.
Bowen is 10 of 13. 2 of his 3 incompletions, though, have been throwaways. 3rd and short. They'll keep it on the ground. Watkins has some room. He'll sprint to the sideline to keep the clock going, and that's a mistake. Concordia St. Paul handing Wayne State 15 yards with 42 seconds to go in the half. Jawan Carr, the redshirt freshman, with a mistake that's probably going to cost him playing time.
Yeah, you just can't do that. That's what loses football games, those sort of mistakes. You're trying to stay in this thing, and if Wayne State's able to score, that really, you're down 20. That's already a sizable deficit. You go down 4 scores. Penalties like that just didn't do anything for you. But that was a heck of a run, and I love what they did up front there. You had Ryan Kennedy, the center, Terrell sealed their man off. Just great individual helmet-to-helmet blocks on that, and that cleared that right side for Tompkins for a nice gain. And now with the penalty, I think you're really aggressive here. Got 3 timeouts. You got plenty of time to score here.
That was the first penalty on speed. Now from the 39, Bone quick hitter near side. That's Lee. He'll get out of bounds again. Well, I'll tell you what. Offensive coordinator Colin Prosser is calling himself a tremendous ball game. This offense has, for the most part, kept CSP on their heels all half.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. They've really mixed things up. They've used that quarterback. They've put pressure on that Concordia St. Paul defense from the quarterback spot with Bowen, his ability to run the ball. And they've mixed it up nicely, really doing a good job keeping the Bears off balance.
Second and short. They'll keep it on the ground. Watkins, the cutback. First down yardage will stop the clock. But again, when you've got 3 timeouts on second and short, the way your offensive line's been blocking, this has been a luxury. This is, we were wondering at the beginning of this drive, maybe Wayne State says, let's just finish it off, head to the half up 20. Now they're in great position to go up maybe 27 points here at the break.
Yeah, I think that first pass play, granted it was only about 8 yards, but I think you get something there on that first play. And you're right, it wasn't just a conservative run. They're thinking about scoring. Once you get something on that first play and pick up about 8, 9, 10 yards, then you start thinking about being more aggressive as the play calls go on the drive. And well, now you're in just such a great spot at the 26-yard line with a couple of timeouts to use. Most of your offense, pretty much all of your offense, is still in at this point.
Hey, congrats, State. The Wildcat volleyball team, #1 in the nation, and they will keep that, if not strengthen their position as the top team in the nation. Road sweeps against top 10 opponents. Last night it was St. Cloud State. Earlier today, a road sweep against 9th-ranked Minnesota Duluth. Coach Kneifel, they're thinking national championship here in Wayne County.
This is a volleyball state. I keep saying it. This is a volleyball state. Yeah, there's a lot of good football played in this state, too. Used to be better at some places, but but this is a volleyball state.
Bowen on the rollout, throwing against the grain, throwing it away. Good coverage. That time, Wayne State couldn't shake loose, and it'll be second down, 23 seconds to go in the half. You know, the thing about that Wayne State volleyball team, Lou, that roster, players from Pierce and Humphrey and Stanton and West Point. It's all players from about a 30-mile radius of where we are right now. It is incredible, the level of talent that Coach Scott Kneifel is able to draw in, and he barely's got to leave the state to find a winning program.
God, yeah, like recruiting football in Florida. You don't have to leave. You just got a lot of great players all over the place, and that's true across the state. A lot of great programs.
Wide open on the far side. That's Johnson again. Johnson will have first down yardage, stays in bounds, but able to get a first down to the 12-yard line, a 14-yard gain for Johnson, which might be his shortest gain this year.
You'd like to have seen him get out of bounds on that one. Fighting for extra yards, but with only 13 seconds now on the clock, and you have to burn one more timeout. You still have another one, so you're not too worried about it, but
I saw Johnson run into the sideline telling Coach Masters, that's my bad. Tapping the chest there, realizing he should have gotten out of bounds there. That's Johnson's second reception today. How about Nick Bowen? 12 of 16. 3 of those 4 interceptions have been incompletions have been throwaways. 193 yards and 2 touchdowns.
There should be some sort of provision in that to say this incompletion was intentional. Right. It wasn't just an incomplete pass.
It's kind of like how, in baseball, right? Not every run counts against the pitcher. That's why you have the earned run average. There should be like an earned completion percentage or something.
There you go. I mean,
because when you think about it, like those throwaways, maybe make it like a walk where it doesn't count as an at-bat. Those just don't count as pass attempts. So now he's 12 of 13, right?
Well, I know his win against replacements is really good.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Nick, well, here's the thing. And if you are the type of person who pays attention to QB efficiency, one of the advanced stats, he's 3rd in the nation.
That's as a sophomore. As a young guy, I mean, you're right, his 3rd year in college football, but 2nd year starting, and he's just getting better and better every ball game.
Started his career at Central Missouri, transferred up here, and boy, is Wayne State happy for it, especially when they're going to make plays like that. Slant route touchdown, Shane Orr, his first career touchdown reception, and Wayne State is pouring it on.
Yeah, Wayne State is rolling right now. I think you got to give a lot of this to the offensive line. Plenty of time to throw. Bone just sits back there, waits for his receiver to come open, and gets the ball to Orr, who gets it in the end zone. That's a simple pitch and catch for the touchdown. Wayne State absolutely rolling right now.
The Ron Colley Catholic grad, sophomore, getting his first collegiate touchdown. And now Powder's on to kick. Hold is down, kick is up, it is booted right down Broadway. 7 seconds to go in the half. We'll keep it here, 34-7. Wayne State is on pace for 600 yards in this game and then some. That drive now puts them at 340 yards of offense in this half, Lou. Their first drive stalled because of, let's face it, a penalty that should have been called and wasn't on the defensive holding. Every drive since, they've found the end zone. This offense, the defense has been fantastic today, too. Both sides of the ball, we're just seeing incredible execution by the Wildcats here today.
Well, and I think, again, some people would say, okay, they're playing an 0-3 team, but this team has played good teams close. They have not been blown out this year, and Wayne State is making it look easy right now.
There are a lot of teams that, if handed Concordia St. Paul's schedule, would also be 0-3 right now. They've had again, in terms of win-loss record, strength of schedule, they have the 12th toughest schedule in the nation to this point in the season. Wayne State being 3-0 doesn't help matters any.
Yeah, it's just they have had a brutal schedule when you're playing a Wayne State team that clearly one of the better teams in the Northern Sun Conference this year. And they've already played Augustana and Sioux Falls, who are undefeated at this point in time. I have not seen how they've done today, but coming into today, they were undefeated.
Augustana 12th in the nation, the only ranked team in the Northern Sun Conference. As CSP going to take this one out. This is Jalen Richardson, not able to get to the 20-yard line. Young man just trying to make a play. CSP has 1 second on the clock to try and probably just take a knee and end what has been just a nightmarish first half for this Golden Bears team. They moved the ball at times, Lou, but even on the last drive, they get handed great field position because of the failed onside kick and then the penalty. They're driving, and then that swing pass, the throw is off. Just took all the mojo, all the air out of the offense, and now they got a lot to figure out here at halftime.
Yeah, that 75-yard touchdown drive was impressive, but other than that, they really have not moved the ball with any consistency at all.
Yeah, that you take that drive away. Here in this first half, they have just 20 yards of offense. Wayne State getting it done on both sides of the ball. As we head to the break, it's 34-7. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
I'm Chris Suckup, and I started at Madison County Bank in 2003. Experience, commitment to community, and unmatched customer service. Madison County Bank has been rooted in Northeast Nebraska for over 130 years and is here to help you grow. For ag banking, home loans, and business banking, visit your local Madison County Bank in
Madison, Plainview, Albion, and all of Northeast Nebraska.
At Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk, their focus is on you. As the leading provider of optometry with advanced diagnostics and equipment, they can ensure your eye health is their top priority. A quick glance at their frame area will show you that you can have style as well as function, with plenty of frames to choose from. Their mission is to educate patients and provide cutting-edge technology and exceptional service with personalized care. Come to Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk to clearly see the difference. Why? Because your eyes deserve it.
When the game wraps up, or even before kickoff, our community welcomes you with open arms. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is happy to have you here, and we want to show you what we're all about. From wide open spaces to music, shopping, entertainment, and more, there is always something for you to discover in our city. Stop by the Visitors Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit Lincoln.org. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
When you want to wear your school's spirit on your sleeve, true Nebraskans turn to Custom Sports Screen Printing. No matter what activity you want to show off, Custom Sports has you covered in whatever color your spirit comes in. Check out the gallery at nebraskascreenprinting.com to see custom designs for every school activity, sport, booster club, and event. And get your group orders in now for a fast and convenient turnaround. Custom Sports Screen Printing at nebraskascreenprinting.com. Proud to be Nebraskan.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo, high-key internet for a low-key price. Want to know what games we're televising each week? Follow us on Twitter at NCN Sports.
For the streamers, for the gamers, for the long-distance video call makers, for the ones who don't want to miss out on the fiber things in life, they have Allo. Allo Fiber Internet keeps you connected with fast, reliable service and 24/7 support, so you can always get the ultimate experience. No hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts. Experience the fiber things in life with Allo's super fast internet. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
Halftime on family night here in Wayne, America. And the home family feeling pretty good about things right now. That home cooking tastes good here at Bob Cunningham Field. 34-7. Wayne with the lead at the break alongside Lou Siefker, Nolan Hoffman on the sidelines. I'm Eric McKay. How about outgaining an opponent 340-96? 75 of those 96 yards for Concordia St. Paul came on one drive. Other than that, Wayne State has stymied CSP, and offensively, they've done just about anything they want. This has been everything that Coach Logan Masters wanted, certainly hitting all the marks he talked about with Nolan coming out of the pregame.
Well, yeah, they've done, you're right, they've done everything they've wanted to do. They've ran the football, they've done a good job. Anthony Watkins with 59 yards on 9 carries at halftime, but Nick Bone with 10 carries, 55 yards. So your quarterback running back thing has been good. Bone with 13 of 17, as we mentioned. 3 of those incompletions were throwaways, so he has been incredibly efficient. 205 yards, 3 touchdowns. You don't get any better than that. And I think the fact that, as we mentioned, that 75-yard drive was the only thing Concordia St. Paul was able to put together. Jalen Richardson, their fine running back, impressive in that drive. But otherwise, he's got 60 yards. Most of it came on that drive. They've been able to shut him down. And they've done what they had to do, which includes getting the turnover and taking it. And you want to make your opponent pay for mistakes. They were able to do that. I think a really good first half. I don't know that you can do a whole lot better than Wayne State did there in that first half.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that first half. Wayne State, they were stopped on their first possession. Everything else has come up Wildcats. Here you see on the first drive, a really nice scramble by Anthony Watkins. Again, he finished the first half with a strong run. Later first half, this is Nick Bowen, who has been incredible through the air, looking downfield. Find Shane Orr wide open. This drive would stall. Wayne State would not get points out of it, but they would get points later. Diving straight up the gut, Anthony Watkins, his 4th rushing touchdown of the year, and that's how Wayne State would strike first. Watkins had a great first half, and then here you see Concordia St. Paul. This was the one drive, Lou, where they really were able to get things going. That time, Jalen Richardson with a nice run down the near sideline, but that's the bulk of his yards came on that carry there. The drive finished off here. Richardson, his first rushing touchdown of the season. Nice move on the outside to get him in. That brought Concordia St. Paul within 14-7. We're thinking maybe we got a ball game, but Wayne State has been getting it done. This is Jaden Johnson, 45 yards, a picture-perfect pass from Nick Bowen. Johnson's 4th touchdown reception this season. Wayne State up big as Bowen through the air has been incredible. Here you'll see him on the ground on the scramble. He's been doing a little bit of everything. 13 of 17 through the air, 205 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. You talked about it, Lou. 10 carries, 44 yards total, and that touchdown run had a 17-yard scramble as well. But through the air, Bowen has been doing everything right. Find Shane Orr here over the middle. Orr's first career touchdown in Wayne State. Outgaining Concordia St. Paul right now, 340-96. 205 through the air for Wayne State, 135 on the ground. Boy, I mean, what do you... This might be the hardest job as a coach. What do you say at the half right now?
Yeah.
Keep going, guys.
Yeah. I don't know. I think one thing you say if you're... Concordia St. Paul is you've got to do some things offensively. Connor Quartz averaged about 216 yards a game throwing the football. At halftime, 22 yards.
Incredible.
That's just great defense, and he's only had 4 attempts, 4 of 8 for 22 yards. That's really getting it done defensively. Taking the passing game of the Bears out of the equation, and again, except for Jalen Richardson and that one drive, he has 60 yards rushing. This offense has been stymied by the Wayne State defense.
34-7, Wayne State with the lead at the half. When we come back, we'll take a look at scores around the Northern Sun Conference. You're watching the halftime show on NCN.
With a Medica Health Plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Life is full of occasions. Some planned, some unexpected, some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
If you're thinking about building in the country but still want to be close to a community with schools, medical, and a thriving downtown, consider purchasing on acreage at 220 acreage north of Hardington. With interest rates low, you can buy now and there's no requirement on when you need to build. Check out the property on Facebook at 220 acreage. Internet, water, country living, everything is ready for your dream come true home. Call 402-254-6895 today.
Fall harvest means long hours for you and your equipment. You both need a fuel that can handle the pressure. So use Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster Premium Diesel from Farmer's Pride for more power, better fuel economy, faster starts, and special additives to help reduce downtime. What's more, when you do business with Farmer's Pride, you'll notice a personal touch that goes beyond the expected. Farmer's Pride, in the field, on your farm, in your community.
I'm Kayla, 32 years old. My pain was so bad, I was told I needed surgery. Dr. Kim made me feel better before the surgery consultation.
Hi, my name is Lori, and I've been seeing Dr. Kim for quite a few years now. She's helped me with my sinus infection, and I used to have it at least 2 times a year, and now I don't have it at all. She really helps out a lot.
If you are experiencing any sort of pain, don't wait. Call today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo, high-key internet for a low-key price. Want to know what games we're televising each week? Follow us on Twitter at NCN Sports.
For the streamers, for the gamers, for the long-distance video call makers, for the ones who don't want to miss out on the fiber things in life, they have Allo. Allo Fiber Internet keeps you connected with fast, reliable service and 24/7 support, so you can always get the ultimate experience. No hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts. Experience the fiber things in life with Allo's super fast internet. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
It's not about the hours, it's not about the acres, it's about the legacy passed from one generation to the next. At Madison County Bank, we see your farming operation as a legacy, as a successful business, as a crucial part of the world's well-being. For over 130 years, Madison County Bank has stood beside farmers and ranchers in Northeast Nebraska. We have been and always will be here to help you grow. Madison County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Halftime here at Wayne State, Bob Cunningham Field, 34-7. Wayne State with the lead over Concordia St. Paul alongside Lou Siefker. Nolan Hoffman on the sidelines. I'm Eric McKay. Our halftime show brought to you by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. This is the last game on the Northern Sun slate. Lou, you've been kind of keeping an eye on things. Busy day in the Northern Sun Conference today.
Yes, it has been. Everybody in action. We're kind of monitoring right now Southwest Minnesota State and Minot State coming right down to the wire. Minot State on fourth down, they're going to be lining up to try to tie the ball game, maybe send that one into overtime. So Minot State trying to get a big upset on the road here.
Yeah, looking for their first win of the season.
Yeah, that would be a big upset. We had some close games today in the Northern Sun, some not so close games, and both of the top teams winning today. We'll start with Bemidji State. They took care of business, a 48-22 win over Upper Iowa today. Bemidji State evens their record at 2-2. And we're waiting a field goal attempt here by Minot State. It's good. It's going to overtime.
6.3 to go in that game at Southwest Minnesota State, and Minot State now tied at 20. That's 0-3 Minot State that just lost by 39 to Wayne State last week. SMSU's been off to a good start, 2-1, but that game likely going to an extra session.
Yeah, it looks to be that way. 6.3 seconds to go, so we'll try to keep you posted on that one. Minnesota State University at Mankato with that was an exciting ball game. 31-28, Minnesota State won that game. It ended with a tipped pass in the end zone. University of Mary also winless, trying to get their first win of the year. The ball was tipped and intercepted into the end zone with 6 seconds to go. So Minnesota State Mankato survives that one. They up their record to 3-1. Sioux Falls in a close ball game today in Duluth against Minnesota Duluth. They win 34-31. Again, a very close ball game, but Sioux Falls stays undefeated. They're 4-0. Winona State took care of business themselves today against Minnesota State Moorhead, 40-7, an easy win there for Winona State. And then Augustana in a fairly close ball game, 21-13 against Northern State, the last team we saw here against Wayne State in Wayne America. Augustana 4-0, again 21-13. They get the win, and as we mentioned, Minot State, Southwest Minnesota State likely going to overtime. 6 seconds as we're watching the kickoff here, and as the game you're watching, Wayne State 34-7 at halftime, taking care of Concordia St. Paul.
They're officially going to overtime there at the Southwest Minnesota State game. You talk about Minnesota State Mankato surviving against University of Mary. That's a nice bounce back for them. They lost last week, a bit of a heartbreaker, a 1-point loss, dropped them from the rankings. Now only one team in the Northern Sun Conference ranked. That's Augustana. They're up to 12th in the nation, and certainly won't be hurt at all by what they did today. You look at Wayne State, what they've got today. They've got really, their schedule gets real tough real quick. They're at Winona State next week, then home to Minnesota State Mankato, then at Augustana. Wayne State's played really well today. They've been good this year. These next 3 weeks following this one, that's when we're really going to find out just how good this Wayne State football team is.
Yeah, no question about it. 2 of those games on the road, at Winona State, at Augustana. And then, as you mentioned, Minnesota State here on homecoming on October 8th. Those are going to be some telltale signs of where Wayne State's at. You like the way they're playing right now. They've been very impressive. But when that October comes calling and the schedule gets a little tougher, we'll find out a lot more about the Wildcats in those ball games.
Already know a lot about the Wayne State volleyball team. They're good. Equaling their best start in school history, now 16-0. They swept 9th-ranked Minnesota Duluth earlier today. Held the number 9 team in the country to a 100 hitting percentage.
Wow.
At home, 25-20, 25-16, 25-15. They sweep the number 4 and number 9 teams in the nation on the road on back-to-back nights. Coach Scott Kneiffel's team, they might be the unanimous number 1 team in the nation.
Should be.
When those rankings come out next week. That is getting it done on the side of things at Wayne State. By the way, the Wayne State cross-country team had a real nice finish. The Wildcat Classic was here in Wayne yesterday. Wayne State coming in second. Augustana, they have a dynasty in cross country. They finished with 15 points to get the team title. I don't know what you know about cross country, Lou. I know you know a little bit about it. You can't score any better than 15 points. That means your runners finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the race.
Yeah.
That's doing pretty well. Wayne State was second, and in fact, Augustana's unattached team, just the other runners that they have, finished third. That's how good the Augustana cross-country team is, but Wayne State a strong showing at their home cross-country meet yesterday. We were surprised when we got here. Today was a bit warmer than we were expecting. How late, Lou, when we're getting into the fall, how late do you consider grilling season to be? Do you have a time, or are you one of those where it's like, if it's December and the sun is out, I'm grilling?
Well, it depends on what you're grilling.
Fair
and
enough.
I think we're going to be talking about something that, January through December, you can grill. Piedmont teased beef is the best thing you can put on your grill. Your grill will thank you for it, along with your stomach and your taste buds as well. I'd say any time of the year is good to grill
Here's the thing.
beef.
When you've got Piedmontese beef, it could be negative 30 wind chill, and you're going to be staring at that grill on the deck going, I could do it. I could brave that. I could brave the elements, fire that up. When you're talking about Italian heritage breed, Nebraska-raised perfection, I mean, just delicious stuff. Lean, tender meat shipped right to your doorstep wherever you are in the country. A powerful nutrition, help you play at your best. You can order that cpbeef.com, extend that grilling season as long as you can. Wayne State trying to start their season 4-0. They're off to a good start, up 27. Second half coming up. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
With a Medica Health Plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
When it comes to your auto partner, there is no house divided when you choose Woodhouse. 18 brands, one team, a winning experience every time.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Wayne State has been dominant thus far. They're looking to get to 4-0 for the first time since 1993. They lead 34-7 alongside Lou Siefker, Nolan Hoffman on the sideline. I'm Eric McKay. Family night here, and boy, the families have come out. I just heard them mention the attendance tonight, just shy of 2,000 people here at Bob Cunningham Field for this one. Well-attended game, beautiful night for football, and the home faithful have been happy with what they've seen so far, no doubt. Concordia St. Paul will be starting the second half at the 20-yard line, and they need points in a hurry. Now, this is a team that can score points in a hurry. This is an offense that has shown they can be high-powered. Certainly last week, they did a nice job making a game of it late against Sioux Falls, but well, they need to score really no empty possessions this second half, especially the way Wayne State has been moving the football.
Yeah, you've got to be much better, obviously, on the offensive side of the ball. I think really for Wayne State, the challenge is to not let up. I mean, this team, bad snap.
And a bad snap. Court's able to scoop it up inside the 5. The play finished off defensively by Wayne State's Jalen Scott. But boy, it's It is raining cats and dogs on Concordia St. Paul right now.
I was just about to say the challenge for Scott McLaughlin and as the defensive coordinator, sometimes, you look up, you're up 27, you're playing a team that's 0-3, maybe relax a little bit. This team certainly capable of scoring points. So the challenge is to come out and play this third quarter like it's a tie ball game, and a mistake right off the bat by the Golden Bears.
It forces them to get maybe a little bit more conservative than they wanted. They hand off to Richardson. Wayne State all over it. Scott in on the tackle as well on the second straight play. Defensively, Wayne State has been all over. They've really spread the wealth. Nobody with more than 3 tackles defensively for Wayne State right now, but it has been a total team effort in all facets of the game.
What you call on 3rd and 29 here. Just try to get it out of the shadow of your own goal line and give your punter room to punt here.
Almost feel like a QB draw might be good with Court's speed. They will go to the air. Court's from the end zone looking deep. A lot of hand fighting, and there's the flag. That's what you do, Lou. You throw it deep and try to get interference, and it worked perfectly. Concordia St. Paul, that'll be the 5th penalty on Wayne State and will be a first down on 3rd and 29 for CSP.
Yeah, you take that chance. If that doesn't work, you're punting in your own end zone. It does work. You get the call. And so now first down. You converted on 3rd and 29.
Javon France called for the penalty. So, yeah, it was 3rd and 29, but the 15-yard penalty makes it 1st and 10, Concordia St. Paul. Fresh set of downs. See what they can do with it. It's Richardson to the outside, and Wayne State stretching it out. Great play on the D-line. That's big Rex Becker, the 260-pound sophomore out of Hardington. His 3rd tackle for a loss this season at 2nd down.
A couple of weeks ago, the Minot State game, the Northern State game, the Rex Becker family they're here in the stands early, getting ready for the ball game. Got to give them a shout out. You love it when not only the family comes, but they're here early, ready for action.
Might be the best D lineman in Hardington Cedar Catholic storied history. Is that the pressure on the blitz forces the incompletion? Going back to Becker, holds the school records at Cedar Catholic for career sacks and single season sacks. And also, if you keep track of pancake blocks, he was an offensive lineman as well. He once had 20 pancake blocks in one game.
Wow.
In high school.
That is
that's absurd.
That's disconcerting for the defense, right?
My understanding is the other guy, the guy on the other side of that, just quit football and left the country.
Yeah.
3rd down and 11 for Concordia. St. Paul pressure coming again. They have the screen set up on the backside. Wayne State not able to stop it. That'll be a first down for Concordia St. Paul. Good patience under pressure by Courts. Gets it to Richardson, who moves the sticks.
Yeah, you like to, if you get those set up against that aggressive defense, they're coming after you. And for Courts, it is a matter of kind of staying in there in the pocket and allowing that play to develop. You might take a shot, but get rid of the football. And usually if you can do that, you get the blockers out in front of you, you got a chance to get a big play. They do there and pick up a first down.
Apologies for our issues with the game clock. There's 12:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll keep you abreast as best we can. Courts thinking big, has a man, it's caught inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. That's Drew Enke, leading receiver for the Golden Bears coming into tonight. Has a big one down to the 15-yard line.
What a picture-perfect pass there by Courts. Tight spiral right on the money. Enke gets behind the defense and puts it right in the breadbasket. Great play, and that's what Concordia St. Paul is capable of doing. They weren't able to do it in the first half, but that's why you never, ever, you're up 27. I'm not saying Wayne State's relaxing, but you certainly can't relax against a team of this quality, a team that can move the football.
Goes for 51 yards, 1st and 10 now from the 15. Courts pressured. Slides down. That's going to be a sack back in the backfield. Play finished off. Jalen Scott will be credited for that one. His 3rd sack this season. But in the backfield in a hurry was Rex Becker blowing that play up.
Yeah, good pressure to kind of make that play go a lot quicker than Concordia St. Paul wanted to.
Second down, 12 now from the 17. In motion is Munster Tiger. Over the middle, that one well defended. Flag comes in at the end of the play. A Concordia St. Paul player lost his helmet. One of the offensive linemen for CSP, Talon Hensley, his helmet is off. A flag came in. And Hensley was clapping as though he thinks this one's going to be against Wayne State.
Yeah, and it looks like he's right. Wayne State backpedaling here. I think that's been the biggest problem tonight. If you have a complaint for Wayne State, is just some undisciplined plays and mistakes when you're playing in tight ball games. You certainly can't have, and mistakes in a situation like this can create a tight ball game. You can't hurt yourself with undisciplined plays.
That's a personal foul, too. Sixth penalty for 68 yards against Wayne State tonight. Now first and goal for Concordia St. Paul. Their second goal-to-go situation this evening. It's Courts on a keeper. He fooled everybody. He gets in untouched. Touchdown, Concordia St. Paul. This one isn't over yet. Connor Courts, his first rushing touchdown of the season.
Wayne State looking like Concordia St. Paul was going to punt out of their own end zone. They get away. They get out of there with the pass interference penalty on 3rd down and 29, and they finish the play. Great fake. Wayne State bid on it. That's an easy touchdown after the fake. And you're right, the game a long way from over.
Now Sam Henson on for the extra point. Henson from a long line of special teams players. His father was a punter at New Mexico State in the late 80s. He's able to kick that one through. And on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard, Wayne State's lead trimmed to 20. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
Life is full of occasions, some planned, some unexpected, some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
Well, it's gone final. Southwest Minnesota State able to avoid the upset. They win in overtime at home 27-20 over Minot State. Here, Concordia St. Paul showing signs of life. An impressive drive helped by a pass interference penalty and a personal foul penalty. 8 plays, 75 yards. Finished off by a 9-yard touchdown run by Connor Courts, and it's now 34-14. Wayne State leading.
Wayne State helping out Concordia St. Paul a little bit on that drive. See if they can answer.
Shallow kick taken to the 12-yard line, but good coverage downfield. Cyrus McClure making the play on Johnson. And Wayne State will start at the 21-yard line. Our third quarter is presented by the Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. As Wayne State 34-14 the lead. Wayne State now the offense, not a ton of pressure, but certainly don't want a 3 and out here and give it back to a team that's trying to come back.
Right, exactly. A team that kind of got some new life on that drive. For Wayne State, you really did a good job in that first half, moving the football, scoring points, taking advantage of Concordia St. Paul's mistakes. You don't want this to be in reverse here where Concordia St. Paul is converting on your mistakes and you're not moving the ball. So I think even if you don't score here, you want to put together a drive, take some time off the clock, and move the football.
Anthony Watkins gets 2 on first down on second. Watkins again this time. cavalry of blockers getting him close to first down yardage. I think he'll have it at the 31-yard line. Watkins has been solid tonight. He has not been stopped for a loss yet this evening. Now 69 yards on the ground and a touchdown earlier this evening. And again, this Wayne State team, they throw the ball fewer than 20 times a game. They've actually been above their average tonight. Now, a lot of that is, they were just trying to kill a game last week that they were up big in. But this is a team that, will rely on guys like Watkins and Bowen, who gets a yard there more often than not to carry this offense, pass when they want to, not when they have to.
Yeah, that's the key, is especially when you want to be a balanced offense. I think you still want to run the football first and foremost, and set up those passing situations. And as you said, dictate when you throw the football. And I think for Wayne State, that's kind of the formula that they want to follow. And for the Bears, I think they're going to try to key, on Bowen and try to take him out of the equation more here in the second half.
CSP brings a blitz. Watkins trying to run past it. Able to get about a yard. Good job defensively there by that big D line. Kofi Gebekli in there to make the stop. Gain of a couple, but it'll be 3rd down and 7. Big 3rd down here for Wayne State.
That was a good 2-yard carry. That looked like that was going nowhere. Probably was going to be maybe a loss. Instead picks up a couple of yards.
Yeah, you had Gebekli at 290 pounds falling backwards, making that tackle. Now 3rd and 7. Bowen with time over the middle, caught but shy of first down yardage. That was well read defensively. Dengel makes the catch, but Andrew Agnarski, team's leading tackler a year ago, stops them shy of first down yardage, and now here comes Wayne State's punt team for just the second time tonight.
That's a great read by Agnarski. And just shut that play down. Well, that's a big stop here by the Golden Bears. Get the football back. Plenty of time in this game.
Pressure. Powder is able to get the punt away. It's a good one. Fair catch called for and made at the 24-yard line. 39-yard punt, no return, but Concordia St. Paul, impressive drive to get the touchdown. Now a defensive stop. They have a chance here to make this a game that has been dominated by Wayne State through 2 quarters. It could be a 2-possession game.
Yeah.
7:46 to go, 3rd quarter, 34-14. Wayne State with the lead.
Yeah, basically a quarter and a half to make that up. And you're off to a good start. Again, it's important for Wayne State not to hurt yourself with penalties. 2 big penalties on that last drive helped the Bears out.
Here's Courts on the rollout. Doesn't have anywhere to go with it now. Able to get it. Nice job to come back to the ball. That was Jack Munstertiger, the 180-pound sophomore. First reception tonight, 7th of the season, goes for about 3.
It's got to be one of my favorite names.
Munstertiger.
Munstertiger, like that.
Connor Court, 7 of 12 through the air for 91 yards. Hit that big 51-yarder on their last possession. Bad snap. Kind of messed up the timing of that play. Nice job by Richardson to make anything out of that. Able to get to the line of scrimmage, but it was a bad snap. Not the most clean handoff in the world. Goes for no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, now every 3rd down situation is important, no matter who has the ball, because you got a team like Concordia St. Paul trying to get some momentum going. Had the nice drive. You don't want to go 3 and out after putting together that nice drive a moment ago and then stopping Wayne State. Certainly don't want to give them the ball right back.
CSP 3 of 6 on 3rd downs tonight. They face a 3rd and 6 here. Wayne State showing blitz. They back off. Courts over the middle. Incomplete. Wanted Enke on the skinny post. He had a step. But Wayne State's defense does the job, and Concordia St. Paul will have to punt.
Yeah, he had him. Enke was open. If that's an accurate pass, that might have been a touchdown. I think he had a step on the defender. So Wayne State dodges a bit of a bullet. A little bit of pressure by the Wayne State defense that I think, again, sped that play up, but just enough to force an incompletion. Now Wildcats get the football back.
Dahlman will punt. He has a 61-yarder earlier tonight. Good one here. Fair catch made at the 29-yard line by Jacob Bird. So Wayne State takes over. They'll give him the 30-yard line. So a 41-yard punt, no return. And the Wildcats will have it 1st and 10, leading 20. We'll see what Coach Masters and offensive coordinator Colin Prosser can cook up here to get Wayne State's offense back in gear.
I'd like a drive here to take some time off the clock and eliminate some of the time of possession.
There's Lee over the middle, first down. Lee's third reception tonight, out across the 45 to the 48-yard line. 18-yard pitch and catch on play action.
Yeah, play has been to run the ball, but Lee across the middle picks up a nice gain. Certainly, if you're Wayne State, you want to put some points on the board and distance yourself from the Bears, but at very least, you want to limit the number of possessions that the Bears have here the rest of the ball game.
Correction, that was Lee's fourth reception. Little option play. Here's Kaiser showing some speed. Jacob Kaiser into the open field. He's gone. Touchdown, Wayne State. No flags. 52 yards for the sophomore out of Hartington.
We get a chance to watch this replay. Watch the block on the edge by Mason Lee. That really sprung Kaiser. Kaiser did the rest, but see if we get a chance here. Number 8 gets a nice block on the quarterback, just got him out of the way, and then Kaiser catches that lane and shows some nice speed, takes it to the house. Really nice play, great block, great run, and Wayne State gets a much-needed boost here of momentum and gets that score back that the Bears had a little bit ago.
Kaiser had 2 touchdown runs a week ago. He has another one here. Now 3 on the season. The extra point is good. And on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard, Wayne State rolling at home. 41-14 they lead. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
Wayne State is the college of choice.
Smart choice.
Sound choice.
Natural choice.
Strong choice. Original choice.
Bold choice. Affordable choice.
With over 130 programs of study, Wayne State College is the
first choice. First choice.
First choice.
For students who want an excellent education at an affordable cost. Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
.45 to go, third quarter. Wayne State, an impressive 52-yard touchdown run by Jacob Kaiser re-extends the Wildcat lead to 27 as Wayne State looking to get to 4-0 on the season for the first time in 29 years. That year they went 9-1, were left out of the postseason. But again, a 9-win season for Wayne State this year. Yeah, probably they'd be thinking about it, the way those regional rankings would shake out.
I think that would certainly give you an argument for the playoffs if you're 9-2 in the Northern Sun.
Kick into the end zone for the touchback there. Alex Powders, again, one of the better special teams players in the Northern Sun, if not the nation. He was first team All-South Division last year. And he's the punter and the place kicker.
Yeah, he's very good at both. I think they're solid at that position. Powders really shores that position up, and it's nice when you can have one guy that does both.
Right.
But
he's a senior. They'll have to figure out how to replace him next year.
That'll be a big loss. Now, for Wayne State, I think you're really happy because you're 200 yards rushing. I think if you're Wayne State, you figure you get 200 yards rushing, you're going to win pretty much every game you're in.
Now CSP just looking for big plays in a hurry. That's Drew Enke to the near side. Solid gain on first down, about 5. It'll be second down and 5.
I think this offense is humming 427 yards right now in the third quarter.
That's incredible. I mean, that's the one that makes the film sessions fun. When you're seeing the execution, like you mentioned, it's the plays like that block that Mason Lee had that can seal off plays like that.
Yeah, just dominate your guy one-on-one, and good things happen. That block on the edge sprung Kaiser for that touchdown.
Up the middle here is Gayflor Flamo, his first carry tonight. He had 13 rushing yards last week. So Flomo, he actually played at Kansas prior to coming here, had one carry in his career against Oklahoma. His brother actually is still on staff, an assistant coach with the Jayhawks right now.
Interesting.
Gayflor Flomo grew up in Liberia.
A lot of transfers into this program.
Flomo looking for room again up the middle. Gets about 5. One of the reasons for that, Lou, is there's been a lot of change for CSP. St. Cloud State discontinued their football program. That's caused a lot of realignment. CSP is now in the North Division for the first time. These used to be rivals that would play every year. Not anymore because Concordia St. Paul's moved to the North. But they did gain 7 players from that St. Cloud State team on this roster. So they're trying to piecemeal, but you're right. There's some North Dakota State transfers and
a lot of D1 guys.
Nice scramble finding first down. Garbage ball's out. Picked up by Wayne State. This is Jalen Scott down the sideline. A flag behind the play. Flags all over the place. Scott with an incredible scramble to the end zone, but I don't know that this touchdown's going to count. We've got 4 flags on the field.
I haven't seen so much laundry on the ground since I left my laundry basket on top of my car on the way to the laundromat.
Everybody on the officiating crew getting to test out the rotator cuff. There you see the fumble was forced by Alex Kowalczyk.
Kowalczyk is so good at that defensive. That Will linebacker, he is so good and such a playmaker. We'll see what all the penalties are.
Boy, it really negated an incredible run back by Jalen Scott. His first fumble recovery this season.
I think it's going to be Wayne State football. Just depends on where they're going to get it. Because I think all the penalties, the flags came.
They call the blindside block. So it's a 15-yard penalty, still Wayne State football. And that's part of the problem, right? Defense turns into offense, and now you got Luke Sims, the sophomore, going, I'm going to light somebody up. Unfortunately, you can't really do that much anymore, so he gets penalized for it.
You love the aggression that they bring and the desire to knock somebody on their keister, but you're right. The rules have changed a lot since, back in the day, but the penalty was post-possession, so Wayne State keeps the football.
Yeah, it is still a turnover. Kowalczyk forces the fumble. Jalen Scott recovers, and boy, this drive right here could be the death knell for Concordia St. Paul if Wayne State can finish it off. We've got Tavian Willis now in the ballgame at quarterback. So Wayne State, you can tell already feeling pretty good about the way this game has gone. And what a luxury.
Yeah.
You're up 27 in a game. The game's not totally over yet. But you've got a backup quarterback that I really believe would be starting for a lot of programs in the Northern Sun Conference. Get him in there, get him some reps, and have him finish the game off.
I think Tavion Willis is, you see your backup quarterback coming in, and you know that Bowen, you see him standing there, he's okay. You wonder if you think you've got this game wrapped up. Tavion Willis could, as you mentioned, could start for a lot of people. This isn't a victory cigar.
Yeah, he's in there to make game-winning plays, like the block he just threw that sprung Anthony Watkins. I'll tell you what, you want to know how highly this coaching staff thinks of Tavion Willis. Remember, he was a starter last year as a freshman and was playing well, got hurt, Bowen took over. Tavion Willis stuck around, knowing he'd be the backup. The coaching staff thought so highly of that. He's a co-captain.
Yeah, both quarterbacks. How
many backup quarterbacks are co-captains?
Yeah, in this day and age of saying, well, I'm not the starter, so I'm leaving, you got to love guys like Willis that stick it out. And you are one injury away from being the guy again. I mean, and this is football. You certainly hope that Nick Bowen doesn't get hurt, and I don't think Tavion Willis hopes he gets hurt. But the reality is that could happen, and you're one play away from being the starter again. And that's such a luxury, as you mentioned. That's the right word to use it for Wayne State, to have a guy of his caliber to bring in off the bench.
That last play, a carry, the first of his career for Dawson Forgy, the freshman out of Winterset, Iowa. We saw him almost get that onside kick earlier. Now he's in on offense. Forgy, 190-pound freshman out of Winterset High School. Lost a couple. It'll be 2nd and 12. Here's Willis on the rollout. He can fly. Tavian Willis into the open field. Nice job to slide, get a gain out of it. A flag comes in at the end. This is probably going to be against Concordia St. Paul. Look, I understand what the rule is. This is a tough call against CSP. Willis gave himself up at the absolute last second.
That's exactly right. I mean, when do you tell a guy to pull up? I mean, you're trying to make a play. The quarterback.
That might be what they're discussing right now.
Yeah,
this was bang, bang. This was tough.
I hope they pick the flag up. I don't think this should be a penalty.
You know, the discussion is, did he give himself up after the defender made the move to tackle him? Right. If that's the case, that's not a penalty.
Yeah, it's a bang, bang play. It's very difficult if you're a defensive player trying to make a tackle. At what point are you
expected? Take another look here. Watch when he, right? Yeah, that's...
Oh, you might have
if it's helmet to helmet, that changes things.
Yeah, that might be some what they're calling. There is some head-to-head. If you're looking at targeting...
Okay. They call it the late hit, so they're going to call that on L. Osiris Judy. One of two of the Judy brothers on the defensive side of the ball. Again, that's a tough one.
That is a tough one. When we saw it live, I didn't think there was much contact. The replay showed there was more contact than we initially thought. Again, the officials are down on the field, and they see it a lot better than we do.
Yep, got the best view in the house. And again, that contact, that changes it. Again, quarterback gives himself up late, but, you can't try to drive anybody into the turf. So.
And you got to be careful the way he was tackling. He's leading with his head.
He really did there, and that's where you got to be careful. So, all things told, it's 1st and 10 Wayne State at the Concordia St. Paul 18. Willis to the air, near side. That's caught. Inside the 10, it's going to be 1st and goal Wildcats. There's Ashton Schmaderer. Another Bennington Badger on this Wayne State roster. There's a lot of guys out of Bennington. Of course, Nick Bowen, probably the most famous of them, but Schmaderer, one of Bowen's favorite targets in high school.
Yeah, a lot of talent coming here to Wayne America from Bennington. I really like
Nick Bowen, Ashton Schmaderer. You got Tyler LeClaire defensively. He's out of Bennington as well. And Mitchell Anderson, a freshman on this team. A lot of the state championship team from a year ago, they sent 3 players to this Wayne State team. Here's an end around. It's set up pretty well to the corner. Touchdown! David Elder with his first rushing touchdown this season. And boy, Lou, I'll tell you what, as this season progresses, this young man could very well become an X factor for head coach Logan Masters.
Yeah, watch the speed. They throw a fake. They do the end around. And boy, that's a lot of speed. And I think right now, Concordia St. Paul getting a little worn down defensively.
Elder played for Garden City Community College last year, led them in receptions last year, and is really becoming quite the playmaker for Wayne State. And now this one getting out of hand. Now a 5-score lead for Wayne State on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard. It's Wayne State 48. Concordia St. Paul 14. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
A community is connections, friends, family, schools, teams. At Allo, we're honored to be a part of your community. As members of the community, we're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. All qualifying customers get free 100 megabit per second internet or a $30 discount on all other internet packages. Go to allofiber.com/ACP to learn more.
Final minute, third quarter. With Concordia St. Paul, the way they started this half, you thought, all right, we got ourselves a ball game.
Yep.
Well, Wayne State shut down all that noise pretty quickly. 48-14 they now lead. First drive of the night that was guided by Tavian Willis. Finished off by David Elder, his first touchdown as a Wayne State Wildcat.
Well, I think at the end of the day, we'll see what the final actually is of this game. I think anybody paying attention to the scores right now, this is a bit of an eye-opener, I think. Wayne State, granted, Concordia St. Paul 0-3, but as we've mentioned already, they've played teams like Sioux Falls. They've played Augustana and played them reasonably tough. I think those schools are going to see the score and see third quarter 48-14.
Yeah.
That's kind of eye-opener. That tells you Wayne State is playing at a high level right now.
Wayne State this week, they got one vote in the Division II top 25 poll. I mean, somebody ranked them number 25 in the nation. I think there's going to be a couple more, at the very least, votes for Wayne State.
Yeah.
They have been impressive. And honestly, the offense, that's going to raise eyebrows, but the defense has been so good as we've got a new quarterback in for Concordia St. Paul. This is Bryce Sievers, the sophomore out of Jordan, Minnesota, able to complete the pass there to Drew Enke for first down yardage. So both teams going with backup quarterbacks here, late stages, third quarter.
They like to get some guys in the ball game and for different reasons now between the two teams, but as we mentioned, you're one play away from maybe being the starter, so you want to get those guys some game reps.
Handoff to one of the backup running backs for about a yard. That was, I couldn't tell who that was in there. Oh, Ballantyne, I think. Quentin Ballantyne, perhaps, on the carry. Correction. That was number 28 for Concordia St. Paul, Daniel Hornacek, freshman out of De Pere, Wisconsin. And that takes us to the end of the third quarter. Wayne State rolling on their way to 4-0. They're one quarter away. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
Whether you play on a field or play on a court or are running to greatness, during the game and after the game, during the wins and during the losses, City Insurance has you covered. Here to help you insure what matters most. Agri City Insurance.
Keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, do it!
You want to wear your pride on your sleeve? True Nebraskans turn to custom sports screen printing. Pride, dignity, self-respect. You want to show it off. We want to design it in whatever color it comes in. Silver, gold, black, blue, white, red. Custom Sports can turn around unbeatable apparel fast with service from South Sioux to Scotts Bluff.
Back to action here in the fourth quarter. Concordia St. Paul looking for the deep ball, not there. It'll be 3rd down and 8 alongside Lou Seifker. I'm Eric McKay, the third member of our broadcast crew, Nolan Hoffman, standing by. Nolan, take it away. And we'll get to Nolan here in a second. 3rd down and 8 coming up for Concordia St. Paul. Sievers, he's got some moves, able to scramble his way out across the 50, down to the 46-yard line for the first down. Now let's take you down to Nolan Hoffman on the sidelines. Nolan, take it away.
Members for the Feisty student section here Wednesday for the football games. And what's your name? My name is Kyler Exler. What do you like about
1st and 10 for the Bears at the 47-yard line?
Dominant performance, right? Yeah, I agree. I really like what I've seen so far.
pretty solid. Coach Masters has done a really good job with this team.
And, when I first got here, the student section was actually very impressive, and it seems like it's growing every home game. Do you guys have a name for your student section?
Not currently, but we're working on that right now. We really enjoy coming out to these football games. Coach Masters has done a good job with this team. He gets us excited for these games, and we really enjoy it.
And you're a part of the baseball team?
I am, yes, currently, yes.
Why is it all the baseball team here or only a couple members?
A lot of the members are here. We like to support our fellow student athletes, especially football players. A lot of us are good friends with these guys, and we enjoy watching them play.
Does the student section have a name, or are you guys still working on coming up with a name for your student section?
We're still currently working on a name for our student section, but we're having a good time out here. It's fun to watch this team, and they're a pretty solid team.
Yeah, what does it mean also, not only the football team, it's probably about to get the 4-0 for the first time since 1993, and also the volleyball team, I believe, is top 5. They're really good. What does it mean? It's probably, it's a really good time to be a Wayne State sports fan, am I right?
I totally agree with you. The volleyball team, those games are fun. A lot of us show up to those games too. It's a good time to be a Wildcat.
Thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Let's go back up to you, Eric.
It is indeed a good time to be a Wildcat. Thank you, Nolan. And I'll tell you what, it's one thing I've noticed. We've covered some volleyball. We've covered some basketball. The student sections show out at Wayne State, regardless of the sport. They're there supporting the team. And, like I said, the attendance tonight, just shy of 2,000 on a nice Saturday night. There you see the student section. I love that they set them up outside the end zone, too.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Gets them close to the action. Makes it a lot of fun. This is a great Division II football. This is a fantastic college football atmosphere. If you live in Northeast Nebraska, I would definitely say come on to a Wayne State game. We're going to get a free play here on the offside. Now a flag in the end zone as well. It's probably going to be first and goal as they were looking for the deep ball. Nice play by Sievers to heave it deep on the offside. That's the one thing, I think, more than anything else, that Coach Masters is going to want to sew up is the penalties. Wayne State has been troubled by those this evening.
Yeah, they've had several penalties. I think before that one was 7 for 84 yards, so we're going to tack some more on. That obviously, when the games get tougher, you just can't have this many penalties. But
so you get 15 yards on the pass interference, so that'll be now 8 penalties for almost 100 yards. Despite the final score, you can't have triple-digit yardage in penalties.
I want to go back to the student section. Yeah. I love the fact that you've got a guy from the baseball team here watching the football team, and I'm sure guys from football and baseball go to the volleyball games. And especially in smaller colleges like this, like Wayne State, where you kind of know everybody. It's such a great environment, and you really appreciate that as an athlete when other athletes show up to watch you play.
Well, that pass there, Sievers playing in traffic, incomplete. There were about 6 players who had a chance to either catch or intercept that ball.
Yeah.
It'll be second and goal. It's a good point you bring up, Lou. The one thing about it, this is Division II. This is still high-level college football, but a small-town atmosphere.
Right.
It's such a cool combination, I think, that really makes for fun games to cover and be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoy coming to these games. It is a great place. I'm going to promote going to Wayne State here. I think it would be. I love the atmosphere of the smaller college. First of all,
nice play over the middle. Big collision at the goal line, but into the end zone for Concordia St. Paul. That is a touchdown reception, and the Bears still fighting hard.
Yep. That's all you can ask at this point. Not likely going to come back and win the game, but you want to, a lot of season left to be played. And as we've mentioned already several times, they've played good teams close, kind of getting it taken to them a little bit here against the Wildcats. But, you don't want to obviously quit fighting at this point in the game when you've got 7 more games on your schedule.
That was E.J. Stoffel, the freshman out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, with his first career reception and first career touchdown. And against Concordia St. Paul to within 27, 13:07 to go in the game. You're watching NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. If your business needs help financing big-ticket items, visit gocurrency.com for details. And by Custom Sports. Represent your school and look good doing it with Custom Sports.
To your auto partner, there is no house divided when you choose Woodhouse. 18 brands, one team, a winning experience every time.
Concordia's kickoff goes into the end zone. Wayne State had set up for the potential of an onside kick that never came. They'll start 1st and 10 from the 20, leading by 27 with 13:07 to go alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay as Wayne State tries to finish this one off, get to 4-0 on the year. Don't forget after this game to stick around for our top plays of the game. Those are brought to you by Currency. Currency makes financing quick, easy, and secure for machinery, ag equipment, and more. Visit gocurrency.com.
Well, I think Wayne State always wants to be balanced offensively. How about 229 rushing yards, 237 passing yards? Doesn't get much better than that.
That's just shy of 500 for the game. Yeah. And here's Jacob Kaiser getting them ever closer to 500 yards. Solid run there. I think I said they were going to start at the 20. They started at the 25. I'm getting my college and high school touchbacks confused. Of course, we do a lot of 8-man games as well, drives starting at the 15. It's a lot to keep track of. Where do they start in Canada? What's a touchback in Canada? Is that the 25?
That's a good question. I think they should bring the Rouge to the game here.
I would think it'd be, just get it to the end zone. Just attempt a 70-yard field goal, get it to the end zone, get yourself a point. Did you know it is possible in American football to get 1 point on a play?
I think you told me this.
It will never happen. They say never say never. I'm saying never, as Kaiser has stopped. Here's how you get 1 point in football. A safety on an extra point. If that happens, the defense gets 1 point. So if somehow on a play set up from the 2-yard line, the team going for the extra point somehow gets the ball all the way through the opposite end zone, the defense is awarded 1 point.
Somehow I think it's going to happen next week at the Nebraska and Indiana game.
Yes, so it is technically possible for a game to finish 6-1.
Wow. I would pay to see that.
Would be the strangest. If that happened, as we get a timeout called here, we'll keep it here. If that happened, the offense that gave up that extra point safety would be immediately investigated for point shaving, right?
Yeah.
Like the only way that happens is if they're trying to cover a 6-point spread. Like that's it.
Instead of a 3-step drop, he takes like a 80-yard drop.
Wondering where he's going. Yeah. There have been big losses, that's true. In college, you go back to, I believe it was Louisiana Tech, who lost 88 yards on a play once. You had, of course, Minnesota Vikings, a lot of Vikings fans around here, and some that are longtime fans might remember the wrong way play, the famous wrong way play where a fumble recovery and the defender ran the wrong way for a safety. That was in the 1970s.
Carl Eller, I believe.
That's correct, yeah, good call. I was trying to pull the name, and I couldn't. Well, if we're talking about Carl Eller and you're just joining us, you're probably figuring this game's a blowout. And it is, 48-21. Wayne State's offense has been incredible tonight. And while Concordia St. Paul, I think statistically, it's going to look a lot better than it was. Wayne State's defense really got the job done tonight.
Yeah, did a great job. This has been an impressive...
Whoa.
Wow.
Tavian Willis.
Talk about impressive.
My goodness. That one, you could hear, we're in the press box, you could hear the crowd react to that. That was a remarkable move. That looked like a loss. Willis able to get first down yardage on the scramble.
We try to tackle Willis when he does something like that's like trying to tackle your shadow.
My goodness.
That was a move.
Poor Javon Jones, the defensive lineman. And of all the players to have on an island, it's a defensive lineman, Javon Jones, the redshirt freshman, just trying to make a play. And
yeah.
Tavian Willis made it for him. So 1st and 10 from the 35. Here's Kaiser again. Getting some key reps brought down in the backfield, swallowed up, still playing hard. Is this CSP defense? No gain. Well, they lost of 2 there. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
See, Chris Graham is back in the ball game.
That's good.
Young man that wasn't feeling well earlier in the game.
So, don't forget, folks, following this, stick around afterwards. We'll have an interview with our player of the game. That's brought to you by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. You can give it to just about anybody. This has really been a total team effort.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Now Wayne State will burn a timeout here. We'll take one as well. 10:03 to go in the game. Wayne State up big. You're watching NCN.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Life is full of
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at the grill, waiting for the flip.
He has a great hot lie here on the grill. Looks like he is going with the tongs here, Jim. A great choice.
Timing is everything.
Nailed it!
A flip for the ages.
What a flip. Perfect marks. I'd take a slice out of that one.
Certified Piedmontese, real Nebraska beef. So tender and dripping in flavor, you won't believe a steak this good can be shipped right to your front door.
Second down, 12. Wayne State out of the timeout alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Tavian Willis on play action. Looking deep, too tall. Willis was pressured. He took a shot as he tried to get that one out to Shane Orr, and it will be 3rd and long upcoming for Wayne State.
A little bit of pressure there by the Bears. Looks like Wayne State's going to remain undefeated, go 4-0 for the first time in 1993. How about the South Division? You got Augustana, Sioux Falls, Wayne State all 4-0.
Yeah. That's the strength of the conference right now.
And as we mentioned, the schedule starts getting a little bit tougher. Next week, Wayne State goes on the road to Winona State, a 1 o'clock kickoff.
They're 3-1 now. They got to win today.
Yep.
Yeah, division play begins next week as Wayne State again has to burn a timeout. We'll keep it here. Division play begins next week. You got Wayne State kicking it off on the road, and boy, that's just it. Wayne State's 4-0 against North Division foes. A couple weeks more into the division schedule, they may want to switch to the North.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you've got Winona State. Then our next broadcast to Wayne State will be 2 weeks from now as they take on Minnesota State Mankato, who again was ranked prior to their loss last week. They got a big bounce-back win over Mary today. And then at Augustana, that's the team everybody's chasing in this conference, the team everybody's been chasing for, 3-4 years now. Really, They've been kind of the bellwether team in this conference, ranked number 12 in the nation. And then it's back home to Southwest Minnesota State, who got a hard-fought victory to get to 3-1 tonight. That's South Division, like you said, Lou. You got Winona State 3-1, Southwest Minnesota State 3-1, Minnesota State 3-1, and then Augustana, Sioux Falls, and Wayne State all 4-0. That is a meat grinder of a schedule the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's why I like I say, if you're 9-2, you played some tough games. You certainly would be in the conversation for a playoff berth. But we mentioned the next home game, Minnesota State Mankato. I remember doing a game of theirs a couple of years ago, maybe even last year, and they have some serious athletes. That's a quality program.
Now Willis out of the timeout on 3rd and long. On the crossing route, that's a first down. Good speed there in the open field. That's Trevor Marshall, his second reception today. He had the big 40-yard touchdown reception last week. Gets Wayne State into CSP territory at the 49-yard line.
I'm impressed with the Wayne State backups. Guys coming in and making plays. I think certainly lends to depth of this team, and as we already talked about, injuries happen. You like to have guys that have had some time on the field, and they're getting that here tonight.
8 different players have caught a ball for Wayne State this evening. Jaden Johnson leading the way in terms of receiving yards. Had that big touchdown earlier. Nice job to go up and grab that. Good hands there by Marshall, redshirt freshman.
Yep, Marshall again. That's, as you mentioned, a heck of a catch. Went up and got that one. The ball was a little bit high. Went up and snagged it.
The former Gretna Dragon, redshirted a year ago. Well, he might be earning a bit more playing time. Keep making plays like that.
Yeah.
Tavares Cheeks made the tackle. We talked about him earlier, getting the 26 jersey, so important for CSP in honor of the late, great Billy Brown. 1st and 10 now from the 38. High snap, Willis handles, gives off. This is Forgy, the freshman. Gets a couple. And it'll be 2nd down and 8. And, we talk a lot, we cover a lot of high school games, and as we've got a CSP player down on the field, we talk a lot about, what is it that makes a team great year in and year out? And it's the opportunity to get guys playing time.
Yeah.
When you have to replace a bunch of starters, it helps if the guys that are replacing them are returning letter winners, are guys that have gotten time in. And look at what Tavian Willis has done. You've got the freshman Forgy in there. Kaiser basically as your main setback here. I don't think Anthony Watkins has played the fourth quarter at all. The ability to get these guys playing time and for them to get better, that's what makes a program like Wayne State good, not just this year, but in the years to come.
Yeah, you can only replicate so much in practice. It's the game reps that really, I think, your practice reps obviously matter and get you better, but when you get a chance to get in the game and get some game reps against another opponent, you take that next step, generally speaking, and it's very important. And now you've had the chance tonight to get a lot of guys a lot of playing time. That just pays dividends down the road.
Good pursuit of Tavian Willis. Their tackle on the play made by Concordia St. Paul's Carter Otto, the redshirt freshman out of Elk River, Minnesota. Someone who's named defensively, we haven't called it all tonight. They've done a nice job on the offensive line. The defensive line for CSP has not done much. One of their better defensive players, a guy who carried out the team's sledgehammer coming out of the field, the lone Nebraskan on Concordia St. Paul's roster, Keyshawn Pettis, the old Creighton Prep grad.
Yeah.
But he's had a nice season coming into tonight, but that offensive line of Wayne State has really held CSP in check.
Yeah, very good, really, on both sides of the ball up front, is Wayne State.
3rd and 11, Willis going for it all. Into the red basket. Had to make a late adjustment, did Schmaderer. Was trying to go back shoulder. I'll tell you what, Willis placed that one pretty well. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that's a tough catch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Willie Mays in center field looking over your shoulder. But I think Willis put it exactly where it had to be. Schmaderer just not able to come up with it. Heck of an effort by Schmaderer. Again, a tough catch, but man, boy, that was an excellent pass by Willis.
Yeah, it really was. It's in a spot where only his guy can get it. If he doesn't come up with a catch, no one else does. Now, I'll try to pin CSP deep here. Powders. Oh, look at the backspin.
Wow.
Like a sand wedge at Pebble Beach. They'll mark that down where it was first touched. And it'll be 1st and 10, Concordia St. Paul from the 9. So a 30-yard punt. No return, but 6:57 to go in this one at Wayne State. About to go 4-0 as they dive into the remainder of this schedule.
How excited are people around here now? Like I said, if you got the win tonight, I think you really start talking about the possibilities of what this team could do and the possibilities of maybe a playoff berth certainly early still in the season, you got to win some more games against some little better competition. But I think the belief around here, and it's certainly with this team, I think is, which is the most important thing, is this team starting to believe in themselves. You see the confidence this team plays with, and I think when you get in those tight ball games, you've got your team that hopes they can win. You got your team that believes they can win, and I think right now Wayne State's going from hope they can win a big game like that to believing they can win a big game, and that the mental side of that is so important.
Got a new quarterback in. This is the third quarterback that CSP has used tonight, and he is not afraid of contact. That is Jalen DeVries. And the reason he's not afraid of contact is because he tips the scales at 220. 6'2", 220-pound redshirt freshman out of Clear Lake, Iowa. A football program there in Iowa with a long history of success. Playing in one of the lower levels in high school football in Iowa, but you see Clear Lake, a team making deep runs into the playoffs year in and year out. And part of the reason is because they produce 220-pound quarterbacks.
That helps.
1st and 10 from the 21. DeVries dropped it. He's just got to dive on it back at the 18-yard line. If you're CSP, again, no disrespect to the North Division, but I think that's kind of the silver lining here for them, right? You're 0-4, but you just played a schedule that's you played maybe the 3 best teams in the conference.
You've played 3 opponents that right now, or after this game, will be 12-0.
Yeah.
You've played a brutal schedule.
Their first 4 opponents are going to be 15-1 after tonight. And now you get up to that North Division. You're battle-tested. Who knows? His program could turn it around. Shannon Currier, this is his 11th year. He's the all-time winningest coach at CSP. Is that one incomplete? Coverage there provided on the play by Bo Weisler, redshirt freshman. Oh, correction, my apologies. That's Alex Schall, the sophomore out of Kearney. And it'll be 2nd and long. But, you're battle-tested. You've seen the best the conference has to offer. Next week they get back at it. They're at home against Minnesota State. Then they got Bemidji, Minnesota Duluth. That's a lot of winnable games coming up for this team.
Right. That's why you keep playing and try to make some good things happen. Not going well right now.
Bad snap there. Sievers stuck inside the 5. Flag comes in as Sievers is trying desperately to make a play. The ball squirts backwards, and that's going to be a safety. But we got a flag to sort out. So much happened on that play.
He looked a little bit like the squirrel on the freeway, just trying to avoid all those cars.
That was a bizarre football play.
Yeah, that was.
I think you might have Wayne State offside as well.
Oh wow!
There's a lot for the officials to sort out.
Shot at the end of this.
Right
the ball
here.
just comes flying.
Oh. I think his lineman forced the fumble.
Well, yeah, he gets hit, and he also hit the lineman, which is where the ball was in his hand. So the contact with the offensive lineman, I think, was more so why the ball went flying backwards.
Let's see what Chad Crosby has to say.
He's going to say, I have no idea what happened. We'll just play it again. Wayne State.
That penalty is declined. Personal foul, face mask. Previous spot, 15 yards, automatic, first down.
So take the safety off the board. And you saw on the replay, it was Luke Sims who also ended up forcing the fumble that kind of reached up and got the helmet as he was blowing by Sievers there. They called the personal foul face mask. So Wayne State almost got to 50.
Yeah.
But it'll be Concordia St. Paul 1st and 10 from the 30.
Almost to 10 in penalties. 9 penalties, over 100 yards in those penalties. So that's an area, obviously, that Wayne State would like to work on.
Sievers' first throw of the evening is incomplete. Great job to break that up by Wayne State. That's Adrian Pigeon, NIAI transfer out of Mayville State, one of their leading defenders last year, makes a nice play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
9 penalties, 113 yards tonight for Wayne State.
That's too much. That's the kind of thing that when the schedule tips and you start playing the Winona States and the Augustanas of the world, that's going to lose you a game.
Exactly.
Sievers. Flag thrown as the ball was snapped.
Taken offsides.
Yeah, I think you got a free play here. Nice job scrambling out of the backfield. This is a big play for Concordia St. Paul. Coming near side, making defenders miss. Finally tripped up at the 43-yard line. What a play by Daniel Hornacek, the freshman. And like you said, that flag likely against Wayne State, so.
That will be declined, obviously, with the big gain by Hornacek. And Concordia St. Paul trying to end this game on a high note.
Yeah, statistically, they're going to rack up some yards here, but you look at the first 3 quarters, that's really what tells the story defensively of what Wayne State was able to accomplish tonight. Held them under 100 yards in the first half. And the CSP, they're up to 276 yards now, but
you're getting a lot of subs in the ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to call that an incomplete pass. Hit as he threw it was Sievers trying to get it to Hornacek in the flat. Well, that second unit defensive line of Wayne State is just as problematic as the first. In there applying the pressure, Luke Sims again. The 285-pound sophomore out of Omaha, the Iowa Western transfer. Great JUCO program there in Council Bluffs.
Sims not the tallest guy in the world at 5'11", but 285. He showed some great athletic ability on that play. It's been tough to keep out of that backfield.
Looking deep, but incomplete. Good one-on-one coverage there by Gerald Fly on the pass intended for Jaheim Arnold. The sophomore unable to track it down. It'll be 3rd and 10. Well, Wayne State, about to get to 4-0 on the year. They are one of just 2 collegiate programs in the state of Nebraska that can call themselves unbeaten. The other, the Midland Warriors, who today defeated the Jamestown Jimmies and got themselves to 5-0. Nationally ranked is Midland.
The boys from Fremont having a great season.
With former Husker assistant Jeff Jamrog at the helm of that program. And now we've got a stoppage, 4:02 to go. And a timeout called by Concordia St. Paul. We'll take one as well. The final 4 minutes coming up. It's Wayne State up 27 on NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. If your business needs help financing big-ticket items, visit gocurrency.com for details. And by Custom Sports. Represent your school and look good doing it with Custom Sports.
Allo means reliability, productivity, connect. Allo means no more of that. Allo means business. Local business, big business, small business. If you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation, symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
Final 4 minutes of the game here. Concordia St. Paul on 3rd and long. Nobody home. A little miscommunication there. Trying to get it to Munster Tiger on the far side, but he took the wrong route. Or the quarterback threw the wrong route. Either way, it's 4th and 10. Wayne State over 500 yards of offense tonight. If you're just joining us, Wildcats scored on 5 of their first 6 drives. They were on pace at halftime for over 600 yards. They were over 300 yards of offense in the first half.
That's the second game in a row. They have been dominant offensively in the first half.
Pressure coming on 4th and 10. And Wayne State gets the sack to finish off the drive. That's a team sack. I have no idea who you credit that one to. Looked like the first guy out of the pile there was Jacob Kuznia, the 275-pound sophomore out of Papillion. But there were a whole bunch of other Wayne State Wildcats in on the play. Looked like Tate Henricks was in there, and Millard South grad. Dexter Larson in on the play as well. A lot of homegrown talent.
Yep.
On both these teams, a lot of Minnesota natives, as you might expect, on this CSP team. That's an underrated football stronghold up in Minnesota. There's a lot of good talent up there. As we get Wayne State back on offense, Dawson Forgy getting his chance. But this Wayne State roster is by far majority Nebraska. They've got a lot of nice transfers that have come in. They've got a few players from down south they've been able to bring in. But one thing about this coaching staff, they've done a great job recruiting Northeast Nebraska talent. Or not just Northeast Nebraska, but Nebraska talent.
Yep.
Eastern Nebraska talent. You know, they look at a program like the Bennington Badgers and say, look, clearly they're doing something right.
Yeah.
Let's get some of those guys up here to Wayne, and it has worked out well.
It's been a good mix of local guys, and then you go and find guys from like Florida, from Las Vegas,
Yep.
and you mix that together, and it's been very successful. This is one of the, we've been doing Wayne State games for a while. This, I think, is the best Wayne State team 4 games in, and obviously they're a few minutes away here from being 4-0. That I've seen, but you've done a great job, and I think that's the key, is to get the core guys that are local and then fill in with some real talented guys from around the country.
New quarterback in for Wayne State, third of the night. That's Dylan Krause, redshirt freshman. As we talk about the homegrown talent out of Elkhorn, Nebraska. Elkhorn South grad, hands off. This is 4G up the middle. Moving the pile. How about the freshman making the play? Getting first down yardage out to the 40-yard line. As Wayne State, we talked about last year, Wayne State, they were sitting, I believe it was 9th in the regional rankings when they went on the road and lost a shocker to Upper Iowa. This team plays like a team that remembers what that felt like and wants to keep that from happening. This is that sort of trap game, I think, that historically that Wayne State has stumbled on in the past. And, boy, they did not. They showed up focused and ready to go from the opening bell.
I think that's a great point. I think this team does remember games like that. I think the conversation, get a nice run there, but I think the conversation before the game was likely, we got a chance to make some history. Let's do it. Let's not go out and lay an egg. Let's play our best game. And I think Wayne State definitely showed up today and played very well. And as we mentioned, this Concordia St. Paul team is, probably better than that Upper Iowa team that they played last year that beat them.
Yeah, I think this CSP team is going to win a few games. But I would not shock me at all to see them get close to 500 by the time this season's done. I think they're going to make some noise in that North Division. Boy, that play never had a chance. Picked up by Concordia St. Paul. And it is DeVaris Cheeks coming up with a fumble recovery. Cheeks' first fumble recovery this season, and CSP takes over.
It was really nice to see the Wayne State team honor the volleyball team here.
Although Coach Kneifel would not be happy with that set technique at all.
Yeah, I think that was probably not a winning play in volleyball either. But all in all, I think a great night. 54 seconds away here from a Wayne State victory. Obviously, things they can work on.
Yeah.
Backups getting in the game. There's been some mistakes. Penalties really kind of stand out to me as something for Wayne State to better themselves on. But the fact that I think one thing that they wanted to do offensively was to be balanced, be able to run and pass. They did that tonight. I think the defensive side of the ball has been very good the entire season and getting better. And they really held, I think, a pretty good offense in check. Now, granted, an offense that hasn't scored a lot of points, but an offense that has moved the ball on good teams this year. They did a great job through the first, 2.5, 3 quarters of keeping the Bears in check offensively.
That one off the hands of Munster Tiger. He'd like that one back.
Yep.
CSP with 271 yards of offense. That just even that stat, that's impressive. Anytime you hold a team under 300, you've done a good job.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, the bulk of that has come once we started to see the second unit rotate in. Again, this offense was held under 100 yards. They were held to just 12 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
Now Seavers looking for Munster Tiger near side. He's got it. That should be first down yardage as we get into the final minute of this one. Don't forget, we'll talk to our player of the game. And head coach Logan Masters get you the top plays as we get into our post-game show.
Wayne State defensively holding the Bears under 100 yards rushing. It's always key to even a team that likes to throw the ball, if you can try to make them one-dimensional. I think they did a great job of that tonight.
Over the middle, that pass thrown early. Down the seam, he had a receiver open. That was Troy Ellison, the redshirt freshman out of Minneapolis. And it'll be 4th down and a yard with 13 seconds to go. Oh, sorry, that was the 4th down play. My apologies. So now Wayne State will kneel it down and end this thing.
Yep, victory formation ahead. A good win for Wayne State. 4-0. The schedule gets tougher as they move in the next few weeks, but I think you've got to be excited. First time since 1993, the Wayne State Wildcats 4-0. Playing really good football right now, and I think a formidable team here in the Northern Sun Conference.
I did the math. I think Logan Masters was 7 years old the last time Wayne State was 4-0, but now he's the head coach, and now he's at the helm of a 4-0 program. Your final on the Faith Regional Physician Services scoreboard: Wayne State 48, Concordia St. Paul 21. Post-game show coming up on NCN.
At Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk, their focus is on you. As the leading provider of optometry with advanced diagnostics and equipment, they can ensure your eye health is their top priority. A quick glance at their frame area will show you that you can have style as well as function, with plenty of frames to choose from. Their mission is to educate patients and provide cutting-edge technology and exceptional service with personalized care. Come to Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk to clearly see the difference. Why? Because your eyes deserve it.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe in local. It's something we live by. It's something we're proud of. It's helping our neighbors grow like they've helped us, supporting families, investing in lives, and creating prosperity. Local means making decisions that grow and improve surrounding communities we call home. Investing in our nonprofits and giving back. Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, great for you, great for your community.
Your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures. Out-of-this-world shopping. Star-studded evenings. And award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
Wayne State is the college of choice.
Smart choice. Sound choice.
Natural choice.
Strong choice. Original choice.
Bold choice.
Affordable choice.
With over 130 programs of study, Wayne State College is the
first choice. First choice.
First choice.
For students who want an excellent education at an affordable cost. Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
I was working at a manufacturing home plant here in town. I was working with a radial arm saw where you hit a button on the floor and it activates the saw to come out. I reached down, didn't realize somebody had moved the pedal over in front of the saw. When I reached down for him, my foot hit the pedal and my hand was gone. So they life-flighted me to Norfolk, and 13 hours later, I got my hand back on. Faith Regional, Dr. Harsel, a deep place in my heart. Very awesome place. I mean, they're always right there. Saved my hand, saved my life. I chose to stay at Faith Regional for my therapy because they knew what they were doing. They worked with me from day one. Therapy team is just tremendous at what they do. If you have any kind of hand problems, surgery, whatever, go see the team at Faith Regional. When I needed major hand surgery, I had Faith.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
I'm Chris Suckup, and I started at Madison County Bank in 2003. Experience, commitment to community, and unmatched customer service. Madison County Bank has been rooted in Northeast Nebraska for over 130 years and is here to help you grow. For ag banking, home loans, and business banking, visit your local Madison County Bank in
Madison, Plainview, Albion, and all of Northeast Nebraska.
Welcome to the post-game show here, Wayne State football. That's a big win for Wayne State today, 48-21. They beat Concordia St. Paul for the first time in 5 years. And a big reason for that, our player of the game, Jaden Johnson, had a 45-yard touchdown run. We'll talk to him in a little bit. That and our coach's interview presented by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. Nolan Hoffman standing by with head coach Logan Masters. Nolan, take it away.
Logan Masters for Wayne State College. And Coach, you guys are 4-0 for the first time in since 1993. How good does it feel?
4-0 is awesome. I mean, I guess I didn't know the whole 93 thing. It's been a while, but for us, it's week by week and just keep getting better and being a better version of ourselves. And our guys have bought into that, and hard work and executing puts you at 4-0. So.
And what was the message to your team right after the game?
I'm really proud of them. Winning's hard, but for us to get where we want to get to, we got a lot of stuff we got to clean up. It was far from a perfect game, and the second half was very lackluster in all phases. So a lot of things we can clean up and get better for next week.
And you guys had a really balanced attack on offense. The passing game and the running game was very equal with the total yardage. What does that say how you are offensively so far this season?
Yeah, I mean, we want to run the football. Winning teams run the football, and so that's our whole mindset. And they got to stop the run. They bring extra hats down. You can throw it over their head, and we got some guys who can run. So it just puts pressure on defense, and for the most part, we'll take what they give us. But if the run game's working, usually means good things for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and what can you say about our player of the game, Jaden Johnson, who we're going to talk to in just a bit?
He's fast. He's fast. He's great. There's probably not a kid maybe I'm more proud of than him. He has really bought in. He works harder than anybody on our team, and is a perfection of his craft, and I'm just really happy seeing the results.
Yeah, it was a really dominant win, but what do you guys have to work on this week going into next week?
Penalties. I mean, you can't have penalties. I don't know, second half it seemed like on defense we gave up too many first downs because of penalties, and then just executing. We kind of, it's our second week in a row. We haven't been the greatest coming out of halftime, offense and defensively, so we got to keep that juice going and do 4 quarters.
Great, thanks, Coach. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you. Go Cats.
Thanks so much. Let's bring in our player of the game, Jaden Johnson, who will join us in just a second. So Jaden, what can you say about your team's performance in this game? The offense was clicking, the defense played really well. You had a tremendous game. My question is the offense. It seems to be clicking in all different ways. What can you say about it?
I just feel that we work hard every week, and I just feel like every week we get better. So we just need to keep doing what we do best, and good things will come.
And, our play-by-play Eric McKay told me you're averaging 26 yards a catch. You had that touchdown pass. What have you liked from what you've seen from yourself so far in this season?
Well, really, I'm just glad that God has helped me be the person I can be, and I'm just glad that my teammates helped me get here. Like, I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for my teammates. They played a big role in this, too. So,
and you said
shout out to them.
Oh, sorry. And you said you came all the way from Louisiana. What made you come to Wayne State?
Well, when you love football like me, when they give you a shot, you got to take it. So that's what I did, and I'm grateful for them having me.
And what is the offense, even though it was a really dominant performance, what do you guys still have to get better at, in your opinion?
Just executing, making more plays, and leaving nothing on the field. We just have to capitalize on everything.
Okay, congratulations, Jaden. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Let's go back up to you, Eric, with more post-game coverage here at Wayne State College next.
Yeah, thank you, Nolan. Actually, I did the math. It was 26 yards per reception coming into today. He's up to 28 yards per reception right now, which would, according to the NCAA, tie him for 5th in the nation right now. It's an incredible season. 11 receptions, 308 yards, and 4 touchdowns for his year. That's why we wanted to spotlight him. 2 receptions, 69 yards. He had the big 45-yard touchdown run. But, Lou, I think a big part of them having, Coach Master said it, we want to run the football, but what? A big play receiver like Jaden Johnson that can stretch a defense and open things up and open those lanes for the running game to be successful.
I love Coach Master's description. He's fast.
That's it. Yeah,
that guy can run, and he not only can he run, he gets open and he catches big. I think we got to start calling him Big Play Jay, right?
Yeah, you go. I like that. Jay had a big play today. That's probably one of the top plays you're about to see. It is time for a top plays, which are brought to you by Currency. Need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com today. Wayne State trying to get to 4-0 for the first time in 29 years, taking on Concordia St. Paul on family night at Bob Cunningham Field in Wayne. And Wayne State feeling familial. Looking deep, this is a 45-yard touchdown pass to Jaden Johnson, his 4th touchdown reception of the season. Young man averaging 28 yards per catch this season at Wayne State. Doing big things early on in the first half of this game. This is Nick Bowen, one of the best quarterbacks in the nation in Division II, full stop. The touchdown scramble there. He had a big night, 227 yards through the air, and another 46 yards on the ground. That touchdown run extending Wayne State's lead. Concordia St. Paul's offense getting things done second half. Before that, though, here's what Bowen can do through the air, finding Shane Orr for his first career touchdown reception. Wayne State was dominant in the first half, leading by 27, 34-7. But second half started with Concordia St. Paul. Nice scramble there by Connor Courts. That brings the Golden Bears within 20 after a first half in which they were held under 100 yards. But Wayne State's offense found big play after big play. How about Jacob Kaiser? Long collegiate career, 52 yards for the touchdown. Wayne State re-extending their lead. And from that point on, it was all Wildcats as they rack up 518 yards of offense. This touchdown by David Elder, the dagger. And Wayne State wins big at home, 48-21, as Concordia St. Paul would add a touchdown at the end here. They fall to 0-4 on the year, but they've played one of the toughest schedules in the country. Their 4 opponents, a combined record of 15-1. One of them, Wayne State. They're 4-0 for the first time since 1993 as they win 48-21 at home. And that will wrap things up here. Our next Wayne State broadcast is in 2 weeks when they're back home facing off against Minnesota State in what should be a dynamite Northern Sun Conference contest. We'll be back to high school football on Thursday. Talk about dynamite contests. I'll bet there's some future Wayne State Wildcats in that game as Norfolk Catholic takes on Battle Creek in a fantastic Northeast Nebraska rivalry. Until then, from a broadcast partner, Lou Siefker, Nolan Hoffman on the sidelines, Connor Luby in the truck, and the entire NCN Sports crew. I'm Eric McKay. You've been watching Wayne State football on NCN.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.